And we're live. I think we're live. Are we live? You can unmute now.
I think we're live. I think
I
we're
think we're
live.
live.
I think we're live.
Apologies.
Oh my God.
Apologies for the 12-minute late start. We had audio issues
We're
with
such pros.
the show. We're such pros. I'm still in my missing half my live streaming setup is still out. So I'm running one monitor. So I'm using the same setup I was using. But instead of using Ecamm, we're using StreamYard, of course, because we're co-streaming today.
We are.
And yeah, it didn't go well. It was working, then it stopped.
Do you know what we should have done? Run a test.
Run a test.
Run a test. We were both running new things that we've not run before, and we should have run a test.
Don't jump in a couple of minutes before the stream starts.
Yeah. It's just not professional. It's not professional.
No, it's not. Well, how's your week, Chantelle?
I've had a really interesting week of just doing some really muggle-based things, and the week kind of disappeared on me, and I've actually just spent the whole day today hanging out with crafters, from
Nice.
It was 11 a.m. through to 5 p.m. and just sitting and drinking coffee and having lunch and hanging out with crafters. It was wonderful. It was such a good day. And now I'm getting to hang out with my other favorite people in the entire world, which is creators. And so I'm loving it. Saturday is just an awesome day.
And look at that. There we go. So what is today's show is all about? It's not channel reviews. It's all about talking about YouTube. It's a Q&A, so we're going to open it up a bit like a Creator Breakfast. Open up to Q&A. So if you've got a question, you can drop it in the chat with a Q.
Yeah.
I will be handling the visuals. Chantelle will be handling the comments today. That is the plan. So if we derail from the plan, just remind us of that. Yeah. So I will see the comments when they come up on the screen, mainly because I don't have a second monitor to.
Yeah.
I should at least have my stream open on my iPad. Let's see if we can do that. And then we've got a couple of topics that we'd like to cover, like a news sort of things that have happened in the past week with YouTube, or in the creator space, the creator economy, that sort of stuff. So we're going to probably touch on some of those as well along the way. And if any other thoughts on that while we're getting all happening?
Yeah, there's a lot that's happened this week in YouTube and creator news, and I think we should probably just jump into it. Doug, what do you reckon?
I think we should. Let's see who's in the chat. I don't have no clue who's here. So let's do that first.
The chat's been going crazy, so I can't tell you who was first. Actually, I can.
I just want to know who's here. Monique was first, definitely.
Monique was first.
Definitely.
So Monique was first. Thank you for jumping in, Monique. But we've got Monique, New England Cajun Roots Reseller is here, Enfield Road Layout in the Loft, Amazing Yacht Destinations, Jerry Papandrea,
Jerry.
Home Rapid Repair is here as well. I'm just having a scroll. Learn Spanish World has joined us. Greg Hubers. I'm really sorry if I'm destroying names here. It's not my strength. The Creative Classroom has made it as well. Michael Sahovsky, here you go. Michael Sahovsky's in the house. So good to see you, Michael. Leanne's Craft Room has made it. Chatty Cathy is here. Brown Eyes Girls has made it as well. Paul Dixon is in the house. SMA Sky has made it as well. And Home Rapid Repair actually has a question. So should we jump in and crack onto Home Rapid Repair's question, because it will help.
You're looking at the chat, so I'll let you answer that one because you're looking at the chat. You're seeing it. I can jump over and have a look.
So what we've actually done today is how, usually when we co-stream, the second audience that connected differently, but because we have actually set Doug up in my StreamYard as a seat, we've got Doug, so we're direct streaming. When we comment into StreamYard, it goes out to both streams as if the comment was written by that original streamer. So I could type in here that Chantelle is the best in the world, at all things. Totally true, by the way. And so now I've just put words in Doug's mouth in Doug's chat. So it's come up from, if you're in Doug's stream, it looks like Doug has said it. If you're in my stream, it looks like I've said it. So I typed it once and it spreads out to both streams, and that's because Doug set up as an admin seat in the back of StreamYard rather than as a guest. So that's why they're appearing a little differently than how it usually would. I actually don't mind it. It meant that when I was panicking, like tech issues, I just had to type it once. So yeah.
That's it.
But,
yeah.
I also have my usual mod chat windows open as well. So I can just actually type into each individual chat as me as well. So, there we go.
Yeah,
Oswish has said, I just screen capped that. It's on the internet. It must be true. Thanks, Oswish. Love your work. And the stream is in HD as well. Yeah. So I've got a different StreamYard level account than Doug did. So
yeah.
So yeah, we've got the 1080p over here. So
yeah. I must say though, when I'm on Ecamm, I stream at 1080p, unless I've changed the setting at some point and forgot to change it back. So yeah. My StreamYard account's a basic account, so I only get 720p. Which I don't mind because my camera is doing stuff where it's technically not full 1080 anyway.
Yeah. And the other thing to also keep in mind is, because when I stream on my channel, I'll stream on like using whatever. What am I in the mood for today? Ecamm or StreamYard. It'll depend what I need. If I need extra overlays, I'll jump into Ecamm. If I, want to build things out. And I stream both of them on 1080p, and the Ecamm stream is definitely crisper than the StreamYard stream. So, yeah. We do have a question here about the graphics for the software that we use to create the graphics. And I think, Doug, you used Canva for yours, and I used Adobe Express for mine, and then we mixed and matched them.
Yeah, so this the current overlays with this YouTube chat, and in the corner we use this. Yeah, we use that similar one on our last stream we did together. I did that in Canva, so it's just like putting them in the locations, exporting it with a transparent background, so that it becomes like an overlay, and you put it in the overlay section of StreamYard. I think this is one that Chantelle did in the Buy Me a Coffee ones.
Yeah.
They were done. You did those last time. I just carried them over from the previous stream. Because they're ready to go.
The burning question one, did that make it? Oh yeah, that one. Hang on, I'll just remove that comment. There you go. And that one was made in Adobe Express as well. Yeah,
I think that's the sort of hybrid one. The other one that had the because that one has the channel feedback branding.
Yeah,
So I haven't brought everything in yet, but yeah.
I stole Doug's, cropped off the bottom, and added in my bit, and then did that in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So both do a great job.
They both
Canva,
do a great job.
Adobe, they both.
Yeah.
They're both great. Both great. Absolutely.
Gosh, and
have we got any more? Where are we with the comments?
We Creative Classroom has said that she can confirm that Canva has reached the 1 million upgraded accounts. Someone tried to do it and they can't get the new Canva that way. I think I got in at like 20,000 or something like that. Like I was just like, I feel naughty and guilty. I don't even use Canva that much, but I'm getting the free thing.
Yeah. I tried it just before the stream and I was too late, so I shouldn't have slept on it. Like I knew about it yesterday. I should have done it yesterday.
I actually got a heads up from Little Crafty Nook sent me a message, and I just happened to be awake when she sent it, so I was able to jump in. The Michael Zahovsky's got a question here, and it's a very important question. Who gets the coffee if someone buys you one? So it will depend on whose icon you've clicked. So if you choose me, then I get the coffee, and if you choose Doug gets the coffee. And we're going to base our self-worth of this stream on who gets the most coffees. So, but the downside for me is Doug can also receive super chats. So Doug could possibly win this.
Yeah, Oh wait, if a super chat comes in, we won't count that as a win. That'll
Oh, okay.
We'll
All
judge
right.
it by the super. We'll judge it by the buy me a coffees.
We'll judge it by the buy me a coffees. All right. So yeah, so it is entirely up to you as the person purchasing the coffee as to who gets the coffee.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if I have my link in my description. I should check that. All those important things. I think it's in my description. It usually is. But it's also, yeah, it's in my description as well. So if you're looking, and Doug, it's in your description too. I saw it that it was there.
Yeah, it should be, because I just copy and pasted my usual.
Yeah, so if you can't use the QR codes on the screen, we do have the links in our description of the various chats. So you can choose who you like the best that way. We do have a question here from Silent Game Master, and it looks like I may have missed a first half of a question. I'm just having a scrub back. But Silent Game Master has said, I've lost it entirely now. Is there anything I can do, or do I just have to wait to apply again? Silent Game Master, I think there's
sounds
like half a question, and YouTube may have moderated the other half out if you were talking about anything that we've got block words for.
Let's have a look.
I can't see anything that's been held for review.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that version. Is there anything? Now, I'm assuming this is going to be either something to do with it's either going to be a monetization question, or it's going to be like a reused. Well, it's all monetization, really, if it's reused content, or whether we're talking about a general demonetization.
Talking about advanced features.
Oh, advanced features.
So it looks like they lost their advanced features.
Okay. When you lose your advanced features, it's usually because YouTube's detected that you've done something that's sort of like brushing up against community guidelines in some fashion, or it's something, and you usually, don't have a lot of channel history. You would have had enough to get it turned on initially. So what they do is they turn it off, and they make you re-earn the channel history. So you don't have to like reapply. You just have to wait your time out and just make sure that you don't.
In the meantime,
don't break any YouTube rules, and over time you'll earn that back. I know when you first go into it, it's usually like a 2 to 3 month, and the time can vary. It's not an exact time. It's like a period of time. They see that you're doing the YouTube things and you're doing them correctly. You're not breaking any rules, and then they turn it on. So when they revoke them, it usually takes like the same amount of time for them just to keep an eye on things. And I would suspect that if you break some rules, that just sort of extends the time before you earn back the channel history, or accrue channel history, as they call it. And there's no measurement. There's nowhere where you can look to find out where you're at with that. You just have to like wait and pray and hope. So it's one of those areas of YouTube where they don't give you a lot of information when it happens, other than it's happened.
Yeah.
Which is a common theme with YouTube, mind you. So so that's the answer to that.
Well, I'm just realized, because I'm running the audio through my phone, I've muted everything on my phone. So I realized that if somebody does send us a coffee, I'm not going to know. So I've had to open up, something else so that I can see it on another device. So
I'll get a delayed notification from my Alexa, because I don't have my colored alert light plugged in. So yes, I'll look out for that. It'll pop up on my phone.
So Silent Game Master, I would actually recommend that you jump over to Twitter and have a chat with Team YouTube. It sounds like they've had a pile of stuff deleted, Doug. So they said that they uploaded a short and then they got that message, and they had almost 800 subs, and now everything has been deleted. So was it advanced features that went, or something else?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm
not sure.
I'm gonna let me.
Oh, they said that they did jump onto the team YouTube on Twitter, but they didn't help me. So,
Interesting. Okay.
yeah, I'm not
I'm
sure.
gonna.
You gonna have
Like,
a
if
little
you've
look?
lost everything, then that sounds more. That doesn't sound like advanced features. It sounds like something else is going on,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
It could be
Definitely.
a glitch, but let's have a look. I can't do it from there.
So Doug's having
Tricky
Doug's having a go.
YouTube
I'm gonna
quickie.
have a little look in the chat to see if there's anything. Jerry Popandre is telling us to forget about our bells and whistles. So, well, we like the bells and whistles, Jerry. We wanted some chilling music to happen, and
I'm in the wrong chat. I'm in Chantelle's chat. I'm looking for the. I'm like, it's not in here. Of course, they're not going to recommend.
Thanks for the watch time, Doug. Appreciate that.
Of course, they're not going to recommend my own live stream to me. So yes, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I think this is
definitely.
I think this is the best way for me to do this.
Little Crafty Nook has made it. So good to see you. Thanks for the heads up on the Canva thing. I managed to score part of that. Cha-Ching King has sent through a super chat for Doug. And it says, I appreciate both of you and the help you provide to so many of us.
Cha-Ching King, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate that. We're here to wherever we can, and so that's like it helps us, motivates us to continue to help people. When we get kind messages like that, it's the message. Really it's the thought, the message that means more than the monetary value on the chats.
Definitely.
Just so you know, just for everybody out there. So I'll put that out there. I'm just looking at Silent Game Master's channel, so I'm assuming it's on that particular channel that they're commenting from. Now it's okay. It must be a different channel. It's not that channel because that's a brand new channel.
I'm just going to do this.
Yes, it's coffee time. Coffee. Cappuccino. Java. Yes.
Now, so I want to say massive thank you to Home Rapid Repair for just sending through emojis of coffee, so it made me go and look. But I have received 3 coffees from Home Rapid Repair, and it says Larry says thank you. Paul Dixon has also bought me a coffee, so thank you so much, Paul Dixon. You're a champion. And and I also got a coffee from. Oops, I just clicked the wrong thing. From From Amazing Yacht Destinations. So you guys are all legendary, and thank you so much, and for the kind words as well. I really appreciate all of that. It is very, like as Doug just said before, it is super. Oh, what have you got there? You got
exact same people dropping the exact same things, I think. From what,
no, they're going to balance it out.
Home Rapid Repair.
That's so funny.
Paul Dixon, Amazing Yacht Destinations. Thank you so much.
Super generous. That's amazing. That's so good.
That's funny. Especially, it'll be announced very soon from my Alexa. You'll probably hear it.
Yeah. So let's have. I'm just scrolling back a little bit. So while I was looking at the chat, just kept moving. Michael Sofsky's asking, if I watch this stream using one device for your channel and another one for Chantelle's, do you both get a credit for the view? Yes. That definitely works. So the Game Widow's asking about the new Canva. Game Widows, go and check out the Creator Classroom. She's got a whole pile of stuff on her channel about it. But there is some new features that have come out for Canva in the last day or so. SMA Sky, it looks like SMA Sky's found that channel, and it looks like the videos go against terms of service. So,
because the channel has been commented from Silent Game Master is a brand new channel, like it's created May 25, so it's like brand new. has 1 subscriber. So I'm like, okay, this is probably not the channel
this-
that I need to be looking at.
This is a new channel because the other channel has been closed by YouTube.
Okay. So
And
it was a termination.
It was a termination. It was
okay. Because it was a termination. There's some concerns there, and first thing, if you believe that the termination was an error, that you didn't do whatever the YouTube says you done in that termination email, then you can appeal that. I think that's your only chance of getting that reversed if you feel that they've made some sort of mistake. And you said I think you mentioned somewhere where you actually reached out. Now the problem with that is if YouTube says this is permanent, we're not reversing it, then there's some hard truths that you're not going to want to hear. But there we go. What it means is
Alexa.
yeah. What that means is that YouTube technically don't allow you to create a new channel.
Yeah.
Particularly straight up
you and YouTube.
Yeah.
So there is a real risk
even if
that
you use
this second channel will get deleted as well.
If you're using the same email, they'll pick that up pretty quick. If you're using a different email, it might take them some time. But there is a danger that will get taken down purely under some of YouTube's community guidelines, terms of service rules. There's one that you were talking about, which I hadn't thought about before, which was circumvention of technologies.
Yeah.
I think you mentioning it in a Twitter or something. Which is in addition to just the fact that they say if you get terminated, you can't create another. You're not supposed to create another channel, another account. If you have other channels associated, they're going to get shut down as well. It's like one and done, basically.
Mm-hmm. It's really important for you to do your level-headed best to not have your channel taken away, because the agreement is between you and YouTube, not for each individual channel on YouTube. And their circumvention of technology rule does include circumventing their channel deletion, so that if they find you again, they will just pull it, and you may not even get an email. You just won't be able to log in because you've already been pulled once. So it's one of those sad things that happens with YouTube. And there's not really, it's a little tricky because there's not always a way to come back from it, short of trying to come in with a new channel name on a new email and try to change. And this is the really important thing. If you are going to try a second channel after a channel's been deleted, it's 100% important that you learn from the mistakes of that other channel and do not make the same content. They will find you really fast and just pull it straight away. So these channels that ride the lines that are like, no, I want to be edgy, I want to be this, I want to be that. If you're riding the line of YouTube's rules, it's very easy and very fast. You can be tipped over and tipped out. So it's a little bit stressful on the channels that are just unsure about the rules and unsure about what they can and can't do on their channels, which is why we're here to help. Honestly, there's not just for this, but for so many different things. Sometimes just interpreting the rules, because what we see, what we see written as a rule and then what is implemented as the rule may not always be a clear connection for some people. So trying to interpret the rules in a clear way. So, but there was another question here about demonetization. Did you want me to jump onto that one, and then we could chat about what's happening with YouTube there as well?
Yeah. I think there's a few questions I'm seeing coming in the chat, so I'd like to hit them before they sort of disappear. Yeah. Let's hit them before they disappear.
Yeah. Bella Vicky has said, hello, thank you for answering these questions. Why does YouTube not tell you what you've supposedly have done wrong? Nothing they're saying is making a stance to why the channel was demonetized. Help.
Making sense. Makes sense. Yeah. I think that's supposed to be.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Now, it just depends on when you were demonetized, what did they say in the email? Usually they will indicate, or you can see this in your studio, if it's for a particular reason, like reuse content is one that comes up a lot, but there are some other ones. So that sort of points you to the direction where you need to investigate and think what you think YouTube thinks that is wrong with your channel, why they've taken monetization away. So you use that as a starting point, and then you go and read the documentation and get an idea of, okay, what's YouTube says this is why. What does it mean? And do I understand it? If I don't understand it, I need to ask somebody what it means to get a better context of what's going on. So if you can narrow down to what 2, 3, 1 sentence type reason is that they give you in an email or in studio, in regards to the monetization status of your channel, that is your starting point. It's not the end point where you find everything out. It's the starting point for you to go and figure it out. And this is where people like myself and Chantelle can help, because if you can come to us in some sort of fashion and say, hey, this is what YouTube said, and tell us exactly what they said, we can say, well, this is what the community guidelines say, or this is what their partner program policy says. So I think what they're saying is that you've done this, that, or the other. And so we can sometimes help you with that in at least explaining what YouTube might be getting on. And sometimes we'll say, yeah, I think YouTube's made a mistake. You should appeal that. And then, okay, then what does it mean in terms of appealing? So it just depends on what message they gave you specifically.
Vicky's come back with, they're saying that her stream was not being streamed live and that she was using reusing content, I'm going to assume that is, but she says that all of that is not true. So
I haven't heard the stream one before. That's a new one to me.
No, me neither. Because
like for on the YouTube side.
Yeah, a lot of the softwares allow you to upload video to stream live. So I haven't heard that one either, but definitely interested in getting some more information on that one. Greg Hubers, you won't be able to pop a link in, my friend. Only moderators have that power.
Okay, I think Greg was mentioning earlier in my chat about asking about channels who are getting their memberships paused, and I just dropped a comment in the chat about that. So let me. Okay. I'll jump over and have a look at what he's saying there.
Yeah. The boat chats are moving so fast, and it's so amazing to see you all in here. So thank you so much for coming in and dropping your questions. If you can, make sure you're putting a Q before your question, just so that it's a little bit highlighted for us, and we can see it's not a conversation between you all. And we do want those conversations between you all as well, because that's how you make community. That's how you make friends online, is by starting conversations and saying hello. So we definitely want that there too. Living in Omaha, Dave Matney says, good morning, no Nick. And that's correct. There's no Nick.
We should address that, seeing it's like, exactly.
Yeah, it's Nick o'clock and we're still on. Nick is currently in the UK, and he went over for Tube Fest, which was, I'm going to say yesterday. It was yesterday for me. And now today he's off doing things in the UK, and he was going to see if he could, stream, but and then he's like, no, I'm not going to stream. So Doug and I very quickly decided we're going to stream, and then promptly had technical difficulties.
Technical. Yes, they were technical.
They were technical. Yeah.
They were technical with, yeah.
Yeah. Were you having a little look at Bella Vicky's channel there, Doug? Or?
No, I was actually trying to find out what Greg was coming back with.
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't know if I missed it. I know he's trying to drop a link, and then.
Yeah. Bella Vicky saying that Greg and I are actually talking about the same stream. There are moderators on it. It happened suddenly. It's are you talking about that? So it's not your channel that this is happening on. So that would be hard.
Speaking about the same stream, we you're both moderators on the same stream. That's interesting. I have not heard of that happening. So it happened. So it sounds like to me, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. That what's happened is it's happened whilst it's live. YouTube's stopped the live stream somehow. and give it
and they do that
and basically sent them an alert. It sounds very Facebooky to me. That's Facebook
It did
tactics.
seem very Facebook.
Yeah. Oh boy.
But yeah, I don't know if I've had a stream pulled live before. It was incorrect, and I just had to dispute it.
It was like a copyright thing, or
yeah, they said it was a copyright
for music.
thing. Except no, no, they just said that was a.
Kelly Plains. I know Kelly Plains. I know Kelly Plains. I know the actual channel.
Oh yeah, because you like the plane channel. You like those watching.
I think Kelly Plains. They base themselves out of San Francisco, if I recall. They're the ones that got the wheel falling off the United 777 a few months ago, if I recall. They're the ones, and their footage went like across all the media outlets, and they picked it up and
so
so
Bella's
forth.
saying that it wasn't done midstream, but it was done overnight.
Oh,
so
it's interesting because their streams are like as live as you can get.
Yeah.
So I know the content. I'm familiar with the content.
Well, I mean, this is going to have to be something the channel owner deals with, but the channel owner can dispute this. They can come back and ask YouTube for a review, and it can be lifted. Okay. So when it happened to me, part of it was I wasn't going to be able to live stream for 45 days. And that was massive. And so I got onto to YouTube at Team YouTube on Twitter and was just like, hey, I don't actually know what I did wrong here. We're knitting, dudes. We're knitting. And so it came back. They removed all the blocks and everything so I could start streaming the next week, like as usual, and go from there. But they will have to take that. Apparently they did a review and it was denied.
This is interesting. Okay. I've got the community post up with all the information. Here we go.
All right.
Let's go through this. Maybe I should screen share.
Let's dig in.
Should I screen share this? Yes, I shall.
Screen share it if you can.
Yeah. Share screen. Kelly Plains. Share.
Here we go.
We're up. Okay, we can all see that. There we go.
Yes.
Okay, so this is on Kelly Plains' channel. There it is there. Like, yeah, I'm familiar. Yes, Sal, Kelly Plains. I am very familiar with this channel as a avid aviation sort of live stream watcher. Crazy story how I got into that. Okay. Received a few emails asking why I paused membership. Okay, so he paused them himself. Okay, gotcha. Mm-hmm. So he had paused the memberships. I can see why he's paused the memberships.
He says, why I paused memberships? I didn't. I'm in YouTube Exile. Yep.
Exile. Oh, okay. Yeah, I should just read the complete sentence. Gotcha. They removed from the partner program. Yeah, which is, once you get removed from the partner program, you can't do memberships and stuff. I don't do editing and reuse content. Yeah, since the beginning of the stream, you know that I go live. Yeah. Basically, you're filming like the planes, like landing, taking off, doing the whole thing. Like there's how many channels are out there doing it now? Like I watch a bunch of these channels myself. I'm a fan of them. I've seen Kelly Plains live before. I follow airline videos live in LA and Runway DFW in Dallas. Only Planes here in Brisbane, Sid Squad in Sydney. There's like a whole bunch. I watch them all. In Wellington, New Zealand, and there's a whole bunch in across the US and Europe as well. Other ones. So this is content that other people are doing, and it is very, very popular content, mind you. So this isn't like some edge case. This is like regular content that other channels are doing this exact same content.
And they're not being punished, so is the thing.
Yeah, and so they're basically giving them some instructions. We're going to go down. There's a screenshot. I've contacted YouTube several times, but it seems they have their mind made up and not willing to help out. They do not have any email address for comments, so if you can help me with writing YouTube a letter, information there. So this is the screen. Suspended features. So everything's been suspended. Appeal didn't demonstrate enough value add editing. Okay, now the appeal for when you get removed from the YouTube partner program is a video appeal, and especially when it's a reuse content.
Yeah.
Reuse content, they would like the key piece of equipment the key piece that they want when you do an appeal is a video appeal, which is basically where you get on a video and upload it to your channel unlisted. And they give you like don't make it any longer than this, and I think it's 3 minutes, I think it is, or something like that, or 5 minutes. But you basically, the whole idea is in the video, instead of reiterating what's happened, all you need to do is all YouTube are looking for, I should say, is to show them what you are doing and how you make your content. So what I would do in Sal's case is, so this is me at SFO or wherever he's filming. I live stream the planes live, landing, taking off, operations around the airfield, and talk to my my viewers live about all sorts of things aviation related.
I'm not uploading edited content. I'm live streaming.
It's a live stream. It's a live stream.
Yeah.
This is not content that's been reused.
And like I would actually even recommend going so far as recording part of that video where they go and do their live streams, but stand in front of the video, showing them that you're a human, and then stepping aside to show the positioning that they normally take up for their videos.
Show the equipment sitting out where he films. Exactly shows what, this is me. Here we are, we're at SFA, the planes are taking off and landing. This is me. This is my setup here. I've got my computer, my cameras. I've got all this going on. This is how I make my content live. I do it exactly like these other channels, like Ella Videos Live or Sid Squad or whoever it might be. So, we make our content in the same way. We go live. We are live at these airports. We are not reusing people's content. In fact, what I think could be an issue is because of things like those wheels falling off that United plane. His is the original content, and a lot of people have used that content in other videos, whether they've got permission or not. I reckon that sort of has become something, but that in itself, because that's like one snippet of a piece of a video that might have been, it's from months ago, and a lot of people have copied it since. That's the original, the originating place for that piece of video. So, and because it's not something that's happening every day, it's not like people are ripping off content every day, or you're looks like, it's repeated content. Like I'm, film this live stream. I'm just going to replay an old live stream, and as a live, put it back in the system and just do it as a replay live, which, that could be frowned upon. But reuse content usually means that you're using somebody else's content, which clearly he's not.
Yeah, it's live streaming.
So that's what you have to demonstrate. This is me making the content. I'm not reusing somebody else's airline content. This is my own content. I'm filming this out here at SFO and making it great for everybody. So that's how the review process works.
I really want to reiterate that you have to do the reviews how YouTube want you to do the reviews. Getting 500 people to send a letter is not going to do anything. If YouTube wants a video explaining out how the content was made, you need to do it as a video, because we're playing in their ballpark. This is their place that they own, and we have to abide by how their processes and their rules. So they've created a few different options, which is the video review. If you've already done that and exhausted that, you can tag at Team YouTube and try and get help that way. But usually if the review's been reviewed and denied and then denied again, there's not usually a lot that can be done, but sometimes there can be Hail Marys as well. But if they haven't made the video review, I'm curious as to what they requested for review. If they just clicked, try again, YouTube's not really going to try again. You have to actually put in the effort to request the review. But something I did want to say is the biggest issue is their memberships, they can always just like and if they can still live stream, which I don't know if they can, but if they can still live stream and they can still make their content, but they're not technically monetized, there's alternatives. They can go off and they can do a buy me a coffee and actually get a better cut on their memberships. So
True.
I mean, yeah, YouTube
True.
takes 30%, buy me a coffee doesn't take anywhere near that much. So but
That's
I
true.
also understand wanting to have the membership on YouTube so the members can see that their names are green, and there's definitely benefit
The
there.
integration has benefits in that regard.
Yes,
for sure.
Definitely.
Definitely. This is what I recommend. So if you can reach out to Sal or tell him about making that video if he hasn't done that part already, upload it unlisted to his channel, get the URL, and this is what I would do, because obviously they're not listening. I would go on like X or Twitter. I would tag Team YouTube, YouTube Creator Liaison, even maybe the YouTube Creators tag as well. Say a short message to say my channel was demonetized in error. I'm a live stream based channel. I only live stream live from SFO and other airports. I have dropped an appeal video at the URL. Please consider reviewing this. Because I believe that the demonetization was in error. I may not have initially done the appeal correctly. So please don't penalize me for if I appealed in the incorrect way. I'm now understanding that I need to do this appeal video in the format that you requested, something like that. But keep it short. I would make sure to tag Team YouTube, Creator Liaison, and YouTube Creators tags on Twitter or X. And when you do that, you can tag me as well, just along the way, so I'm aware that you've done that, and I'll voice my support for Kelly Plains and make sure that Renee is aware of it. I'm sure he'll see it, but I can say, hey, Renee, in particular, can you make sure that this one gets a second look, because they've been gypped by the bots doing the bots doing the monetization. They've made some sort of incorrect assumption about this channel, and we need to hopefully get it reversed. So that's what I'd recommend. I feel strongly about it just because I'm a regular viewer of channels in this niche, and so I don't want to see anybody in that space sort of get demonetized for error, basically. So please, if you can pass that on to Sal, that'd be great.
Get all that information over, and then
if you want, you can link back to this stream on either of our channels.
You can clip it, clip the stream and just share what needs to be done. Doug,
find the
Michael
Sahovsky
has given you a $20 super chat, and he says everything you've done and will do for us. So
Michael, much appreciated, man. You're an awesome supporter.
And then also, Bella Vicky dropped a $4.99 super chat as well, saying thank you. I appreciate your insight. We want Sal at Kelly Plains back. He's using PayPal, but it is upsetting the community. If you're a channel member,
definitely.
I can see how that would be upsetting to the community.
In fact, I'm also just going to off my bat after this stream. I'm going to jump on Twitter and see what I can see in regards to some communications. Maybe I can piggyback off some of that and say, hey, I got Sal's channel open now. I'm going to leave it open in a tab so that I'm reminded after the stream to do what I can, because like this is it's a great channel. Like all the plane spotting channels do an awesome job. They have huge communities, a lot of crossover between channels, whether it's Kelly Plains or Airline Videos Live or Runway DFW, Sid Squad. I see the same people in a lot of these different streams, and it's a community. And so this is a place that people in that community meet. And there's many places where they can meet at different parts of the world at different times of the day. And I think, people need to have that represented, whether in San Francisco or LA or Dallas or Sydney or Brisbane or wherever they might be around the world. And there's a local stream that they support. I really, really want that to continue. I don't want anybody to sort of, get messed around by YouTube on that sort of thing, because these streams are actually, I've heard stories. We're gonna get into the sort of the real heartwarming stuff now. I've heard stories where people's lives have been changed just because it's something that's been able to take their mind off their issues that they're having in whatever part of their lives, whether it's relationships or work or financial issues or whatever. That it's a place that they can go to. I don't want to use the word escape, but that's one way of looking at it.
It is a form of escapism.
Yeah,
and sometimes you just need to not think
sometimes
about
you
the
do
heavy
need
things.
That. Yeah, you need a place where you can go and just be safe. And channels like this are very safe
for a little while. Yeah, and just think about and just focus on something else, and let the world pass you by for just a little bit. Greg Hubers popped in a gifted Doug Hewson channel membership. And
Greg
Bros was the giftee. So welcome to
appreciate you, Greg,
channel
supporting
members.
the championship, and to who was it that got picked it up? I'm looking in my chat.
Bros.
Park Rose.
It looks like Park
welcome.
Rose.
If
sorry.
you're in the if you
I can't read words.
He may or may not be Park Rose may not be in the chat right now, but if you're watching this back on the replay, or whatever, welcome to the memberships.
Oh. And Living in Omaha has just dropped a $5 super chat for Doug, saying thanks for subbing in for Nick today.
Hey, it's always a pleasure to sub in for Nick Newman.
It is. It is. I mean, Nick doesn't know we do it. We just do it.
We just do it. It's like Nick doesn't say, "Hey, can you fill in for me?"
He doesn't say, "Can you fill my time slot?" We just go, "Hey, did you notice Nick's not streaming? Should we stream?" Yeah, let's do that.
That's right.
Let's do that.
That's right. We know there's a void. We know there's a void because we feel the void because we're modding in Nick's streams every week, so we feel the same. And
I'm watching like this Cali Mods for Life, and I'm like, just mods for life, It doesn't even have to be a specific channel, just mods rule.
Yeah. Go the mods.
Yeah.
Go the mods. I like that the mods have gone out to find answers for Sal and his channel, and I
love it.
Awesome.
I love it. That just shows the depth of the community and the care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got goosebumps now.
Yeah. Cha-Ching King said, I've just subbed to Cali Plains. I had no idea these kind of YouTube channels existed. I should have known, but I didn't. There you go.
Wow. That's right.
And
I should do a video.
Subbed.
I should do a video like talking about these this particular niche, because there's some things we can learn about it, particularly around live streaming, and I'm not going to go into it here. But I might make a video on that one day. All right, where are we? Gee,
I do need to cover this. Michael's mentioned this a couple of times through the chat. Michael is saying that Chantelle needs to have memberships, and I agree with you.
I agree.
But there are some hoops to jump through to be eligible for channel memberships, which is 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. And I have not hit either of those. So as an alternative, I've created some membership tiers over on Buy Me a Coffee. So if you do want to click my Buy Me a Coffee link, you can go and check membership options in there. It doesn't give you the cute little icons and things like that, but I do have some bits in there that to show you that if you do decide you want to do that, there's some extra little bits and bobs for channel members.
Can I just say, SMA Sky says, as exciting as Doug and Chantelle taking Nick's stream time is, I do miss the coffee videos.
Look, I agree, and I actually love the little red beetle with the dog in the back. I love that one too.
Oh, the short with the Illuminati number plate. Yeah.
Put a like on it. Put a sub on it. That one.
I now feel the pressure that I need to make a music video.
Yep. And you have to wear a hat sideways. Aline Smith is here. So hello, Aline. Great to see you.
Ollie Smith in the house, moderator as well. Always good to have mods.
It
Mods
is
in the
always
house.
good to have mods. New England Cajun Root says that they've just recently gotten all of their channel back last month after 2.5 years and 5 appeals.
Wow.
So it can
Wow.
take some time.
That's a good result. After that amount of time, I'd be losing all hope, to be honest. So to get
really
it back after that
stayed the
amount of time,
course.
I'm happy. I'm like stoked that you're able to get your channels back. That's like like good on you for hanging in there so long. It's amazing. So there's always hope, particularly
there is always hope.
If you feel stuff's been done in error and like somebody's made a mistake, a bot's made a mistake, a human reviewer's made a mistake. So let's get it
out there. Let's get out there. Now, usually at this time of the night, I would have sent Nick a message to hydrate. So I'm going to hydrate. Doug, you need to hydrate as well. If you're watching in the chat, you've been here now for an hour or so. It's time for you to hydrate too.
Okay, get your hydration on while Chantelle's hydrating. How are we going in the chat? Should I hit a topic?
I think you should hit a topic. The chat is going great. There's lots of great conversation happening in the chat, but I do think we should probably hit a topic.
Let's hit a topic. All right, let's talk about one that I don't know if this is the one that Jerry teased us on Twitter the other day, but he said to be on the lookout for some new live streaming chat features that YouTube might be rolling out. And I did come across one on yesterday. And I saw it and I screenshotted it. And then I found out some more information about it since. Let's jump in. Now, this is an overlay, so you won't see me, but you should hear us.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Hopefully I can see it.
This is basically, let's call it super chat replies. Basically, if you know, recently they've been rolling out the likes on super chats. So somebody drops a super chat, there's a like button on it, so you can click and say, "Hey, I like that message. I like the fact that you're supporting the channel," or whatever reason it is for liking it. As you can see in the sort of where that yellow arrow is pointing in the bottom part there, it's sort of pointing in that area. You've got the likes, but next to it there's a little chat button. And if you click the chat button, you can actually get like a window. There's a smaller window there where you can go in and actually leave a reply to that specific super chat. So it opens up like a pop-up window, and you can type in the bottom and it will actually send a reply, and it will tag the person who did the super chat. Like you can see back over on the first image where I've circled it in yellow. It'll do like a super chat colored name of the person who's being replied to. In this case, it's the person who left the super chat with a little chat button. And it means that particular chat message is actually a reply to the super chat. And people can see that person has actually replied to a super chat. Now, what's this all about? Why is this here all of a sudden? Well, I found out today that it is a feature that YouTube has just rolled out to start testing 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Testing replies for super chats. We're testing a feature that lets users reply to our super chat messages in a live stream or premiere. During this experiment, only a small group will be able to reply to super chats. So you'll see it on some streams and not others.
I will say, Doug, I just checked your super chats. And while we can like them, we can't reply to them just yet.
Yeah, that's right. Like I was on a different live stream on the same account last night, and they didn't have it. Whereas the other channel that I was on, where I got these screenshots from, did have it. So it's very random. If a super chat message receives a reply, it will appear in the live stream, be treated like a live chat message in the live archive. Yeah. So I think I don't know what that last bit exactly means, but if I go back to the previous picture, I think what it means is it's highlighted the fact that they're replying to a super chat with that little pill, which is the same color as the super chat that was left. So it was green. A green super chat was a green pill. So yeah, so that's something to be on the lookout for. If you see that, that is there purely to let's come back off that. It's purely there for them to test. Now, the liking a super chat was an experiment back in February, which is now rolled out more widely to I think most channels.
Yeah, I'm not
which
sure if
has
it's
been pretty
everybody yet,
recently.
but it's I'm noticing it a lot more.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot more places. But they were testing that back in February, and now it's fully rolled out here in May, or mostly rolled out in May. So there's something that if the experiment, if people dig it, it's going to be rolled out. Now, Jerry, I don't know if you're in the chat or not, but my question is to you: is this what you were teasing us, or is there something else that we can expect soon? So, Jerry, let us know.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
We have a question from the chat here.
Absolutely.
And it is off topic, but do either of you ever do call-ins during your live streams where a viewer can call in to speak with you?
Oh, I like that idea. Nick Nimmin did that a few years ago, on like the Nick Nimmin live stream. Him and Dee actually did call-ins, and they used Discord to facilitate that. Me and other moderators would be in the back end and moving people around in Discord to jump into like a Discord room, and then Nick and Dee would jump in with them, or just Nick, depending on who was streaming. And then they would have a live conversation, and everybody would hear it live on the screen, and it would be like, okay, we've got brown eyes girl in the chat. What is your question? And then they would say, yeah, my question is this, and it'll be a live conversation. It'll be like a call-in, like a traditional radio call-in show. So so it has been done. It's been a long time. I've never done it personally, but it's something that I would be open to thinking about doing. Takes a little bit more planning from a technical perspective, just to make sure you've got your ducks all in a row, as they say.
Because you can bring them in through your Rodecaster Pro 2. You can bring in calls now directly that way. And on StreamYard, you can bring them in as a guest, either with or without a camera. There's a catch, and that is you don't know these people. And they may sound and, seem like they're going to do the right thing, but when you bring a stranger onto your stream, you don't know if they're going to do or say something that could have your channel demonetized, or worse, copyright struck for like terms of service, community strikes. You don't know what they're going to do. And I am one of these people that I probably would not bring on someone I didn't know. Just because of the risks, and I don't want to risk my channel, which unfortunately does make it awkward. But that was one of the big advantages of how Nick used to do it, because it did go through. The moderators could green room chat with people, vet the questions. It was audio only. There was a lot of checks and balances first. I wouldn't allow a random access to I feel the same way as I feel about moderating. I wouldn't allow a random access to my community, not knowing if they were going to do the right thing or not. But there's a lot of ways that you can do it if you want to do it, and you're willing to do the risk, which there's a lot of people who do it with no problems whatsoever. It can work. There's a lot of different ways that you can do it within the technology available that actually are not that difficult. So you've got some really good options if that's something you want to try. So, it looks like Nick has put in a community post redirecting people to Doug's live chat.
Not yours.
Not mine, to Doug's. Thanks, Nick.
I guess you have to pick one.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right, so big shout out to everybody who might be coming in from Nick's community post. I can see on my I don't know if this concurrent. Actually, that's not the best place to look. Let me look in here. That matches. About 25 concurrent at the moment on my side.
Yeah, I've got about 5 or 10, I think. Let me have a look here. I've got 5. So, I'm happy. I'm excited. For those of you over in my chat, for for supporting my channel, trying to finally reach the monetization levels. I really do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Living
Yeah.
in Omaha is wondering how we end up becoming Nick's mods. Did you want to have a look at that?
Do you want me to start out?
Yeah,
I'll
you
start
start.
out.
You were the mod first. I'm a
I
baby
started-
mod. I'm still learning.
I started out watching Nick's live streams. I think he was around the 30,000 subscriber mark. And this is like, I would start watching his content, of course. Now, this is back when he was first starting live streaming, so he might like do a bit of a mobile live stream or whatever. And so he was dabbling, and then got into like setting up a stream with OBS. I think I might have even been in on part of the first stream where he did the Photoshop tutorial or whatever it was. And he wasn't sure if anyone was going to turn up. I think I ended up showing up in there at some point. I can't remember exactly how far back. But then when he started doing the regular streams, like the weekly streams, I would jump in the chat and I would just like participate like anybody else would in the chat. And if people had like were asking questions in the chat, you know, sometimes people ask questions are just like, oh, what did he say? Or what was that again? Or, you know, whatever. I'd jump in and just like help him out. I'd reply. I'd say, hey, yeah, Nick said XYZ or whatever. And so I'd help out doing that. And Nick, over time, Nick notices how people are interacting in the chat. Obviously, with a larger chat, it gets more difficult. But back then, it wasn't as huge number-wise. And he saw that I was helping, and he said, hey, can I make you a mod on the channel? Can I can tell by the way you're replying to comments that you know what you're talking about, and then I think because you've been here regularly, I believe I can trust you. So he pointed me a mod. I can't remember if he just said, "Hey, Doug, I made you a mod in stream," or whether he messaged me. I can't remember now. So yeah, got me involved, and I've been a mod ever since. And I've just hung around. I just like make sure that I'm there. Like, I don't think I've missed too many of Nick's streams since then. After how many? This is like 2016, 2017. I can't remember. It would have been probably around, because I was doing YouTube before I started this channel. I was doing other channels. So it might have been before I started this channel, which was April 2017. So it might have been a bit before that. I can't remember. But by the time I was doing the moderating, I was on this channel. Mm-hmm. And so it would have been sometime after that he made me a mod. But I might have been watching him before then. So been a mod ever since. And I know a lot of the mods have come and gone along the way, but I'm still here.
Yeah. Longevity.
Yeah. And you.
For me, yeah, I'm still here. Doug's like, we can't get rid of her now. They brought her in, and nothing he can do can get rid of me. It's like a bad penny. But it was, for me, it was, I was watching the streams and I realized I was waiting up and watching, because for us, Nick's streams start at 11 p.m. or midnight, depending on the time zone. And they run till about 3 a.m. or 2 a.m., again, depending on the time zone. And so I realized I was like hanging out for these streams to learn and to just chat with other creators, because being a creator can be quite lonely and you are by yourself. So these streams are fantastic because everybody in the stream is a creator asking questions. I was going to bring that one up, but you've got him, so that's awesome. Welcome to Doug's membership, Greg Hubers. But what I noticed was quite often the stream would start and Doug would be the only mod, and I was just like, he's trying to do a lot. And then, like, as the stream progresses on, more mods would join in, and so he wouldn't be on his own or anything like that. And I'm like, I wonder if they just need another mod who could just be there at the start just to help out. And at that stage, there was a lot of like the bots and the scammy and the sleazy comments. There was a lot going on in the chat. YouTube hadn't quite gotten on top of all of that, and it was just a lot to get done. But for especially a mod on their own in that very busy chat. So I actually sent Nick a message. I'd been an active member in the chat for a fairly long time. I couldn't tell you how long, but a fairly long time, and I was just like, I'm just going to send him a message, and I just sent, like, it's the message that I recommend people send to streamers. It was basically word for word, which was, hey, if you decide that you want to add in any additional mods onto your channel, I've noticed that especially at the start, you could possibly use an extra one. I'd be happy to jump in. Just let me know, and, you know, I can do that. And it took a little while, but Nick got back to me and was just like, yeah. And he's like, and funnily enough, he goes, look, Doug does most of the things, but you can totally be a mod if you want. And then I think Doug and I would say that we've got a pretty good teamwork thing going on for Nick's, for modding Nick's channels now. We've both got like tasks that we focus on that just makes it a bit easier for both of us. So that's probably a really long answer to what was like a you know, potentially a short question, but we both had different journeys to it. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, two different stories, same destination.
Same destination. Now we both.
I thought while you were... Yeah.
Now we both stay up very late Saturday nights. Every Saturday night. Yeah. Let me have a look here. Howie AI has said, what an amazing way to get educated on the subject of YouTube. Moderate for a successful channel focused on being successful at YouTube.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely true.
Definitely a great way to learn things, because it's in a way it's kind of like it's your job to be there. So you can't help but learn while you're there. So, yeah. Yeah, well, don't ask in stream. Like, I've got no problems with someone who is an active member of my community sending me a DM and asking. But if somebody crawls into my stream, and the very first time I see their name, and it's make me a mod, I'm just like, my temptation
handle
is to
577
block them. Oh, wait a second, you want me to block you? Okay. I don't, but that's the feeling I get, because that's the number one thing you do. You don't ask to be made a mod in a live stream, unless the creator's like, hey, I need someone to mod for me. Who wants to do it? So unless there's actually a call out, you don't go into a channel. So yeah. But Miss Bella Vicky says, so what is the female channel name? I want to sub to you also. My name is Chantelle Hills, and we could probably have our names under us, Doug. So brand.
Oh, it must be hiding them whilst messages are up.
I've got the comments up. Hang on a second.
Yeah, because they're there otherwise. There we go.
My channel name is just my name. So if you just search up Chantelle Hills, you'll find me.
Absolutely.
Oh, there you go. Creator Classrooms popped in a direct link. Thank you so much.
Awesome mods. It's good to have good mods. Love it.
I think having good mods is it's a relief, because you as a streamer can focus on the content you want to deliver, focus on answering the good questions that have come into your chat, or even just responding to the good people that are in your chat, and you know your mods are going to be they're going to be on anything that's like obviously dodgy. So, yeah. Create a Classroom, totally okay to share Doug's links in my chat and my links in Doug's chat. We're all okay with that.
It's all good. It's all good. It's a co-stream. Did you want to pick a topic?
Did I want to pick a topic?
Which topic were you fond of, or did I steal it?
You did steal it, but that's okay. That's all right. I was actually like the other topic that's happened this week, and because we did sort of touch on it a little bit, was the yellow monetization timestamps that are rolling out. So yeah. Did you grab any screenshots? I didn't grab any screenshots for it, but
I didn't. No, I didn't. I ran out of time.
That's okay. I probably should have done something in preparation, but I didn't. So basically, if you go and check out the YouTube, what's the YouTube creators channel? My brain is just totally YouTube Creator Insider.
Creator Insider, yep.
Yeah, if you go and check out Creator Insider, this week they've just dropped on their Newsday Tuesday, they've dropped a new announcement that when somebody does get the yellow triangle of limited monetization, there will now be a timestamp, if possible, showing what portion of your video caused that to happen. And obviously they say where possible, because sometimes it could be the whole video or something like that. But I just think it's a really great step, because one of the biggest things, and as we've seen with Callie's planes as well tonight, is not understanding why you've been demonetized, or the very generic, reused content. And you're just like, what was reused content? Like, what did you perceive as the reused content to help? So, having that clarified a little bit, like, obviously it's rolling out. I haven't seen it in action, but I love the idea that they're trying this and they're testing it out. So what do you think about it, Doug?
I think any increase in clarity, like, of communication, is a good thing.
Yeah.
So, like, I personally haven't experienced like limited ads. I don't think on any video, on any sort of, maybe there's a video in my back catalog that maybe I've got something on, but most of my stuff's pretty good. I don't get demonetized at a video level. I don't have any profanity in my content, so I'm pretty clear from that corner of being advertiser friendly. I think my content's probably 99.99% advertiser friendly, so I don't get yellow things or have to go through that particular process. But I think there's some things we can learn, and I'm probably going to make a video on it, actually, because I was watching the YouTube creators channel put out a video today on this as well, where they've just rehashed the whole process in regards to add in these timestamped information into the complete process. So they explain it from woe to go, and I think I want to sit down and maybe go through that, maybe simplify that. But I have some thoughts on it that I'd probably want to ponder over and put that into a video when it comes to what does it mean to be monetized, what happens when, and particularly when a singular video gets limited ads. What does it mean when it gets no ads at all? What does it mean when it's there's a couple of other statuses that you can get, and what's a way of being able to know all this before you actually publish a video? And so I want to maybe make a video on that pretty soon.
Yeah,
so
I think
something
it's a
that
good
I've been
time to
thinking
make
about.
a video like that.
Yeah.
So yeah. There's lots of stuff going on in the chat here about mods, and so did you want to touch on that? I noticed you started some stuff there, so if you wanted to touch on any of that.
Yeah, let's see which ones we're up to. Okay, this is the first one in the list. English Fun Zone says, how do you become a mod, and how much on average do you pay a mod? Okay, there's two parts to this. Becoming a mod, I think we talked about some of that when we were explaining how we became mods. Typically, whoever the streamer is, the channel owner is, will want to pick some people from their community. 99 times out of 10, if it's like a creator-based channel, like somebody who, like us, we're picking people out of our community that we get to know over time because they turn up in our chat. We correspond with them. We might know them outside of the channel, like some people here, like Chantelle and myself. We know each other outside the channel. We talk not just in the live chats, but we talk through other means.
Yeah, Doug would probably like to block me on Facebook Messenger.
So where somebody in their community has built a rapport where they can, well, I can trust this person to be a moderator. I think that they've got a level head. They're not going to go and mass ban all my subscribers from my channel. So
Yeah.
I think I can trust them
It is a position of trust. So,
trust them with
yeah.
the wrench. I was looking around for a wrench. I don't have a wrench.
Yeah, like
Trust
I
them
don't
with a
keep
wrench.
a wrench in my YouTube studio either. So
Trust them with
maybe we
trust them
should.
with the wrench. We need
Maybe
like
we
a
should-
like a prop wrench.
We do need prop
Yeah.
wrenches,
Prop
definitely,
wrench.
so that we can wave around as well. Like I could quite often enjoy waving around a wrench. I get quite passionate about the wrench. But you've got the second half of that question as well. Did you want to hit on that?
Yeah, I get this question from time to time on some of my moderation videos where I talk about moderation. They say, "How much does it pay to be a mod?" And in most cases, depending on the channel, it depends. I look at it at a couple of levels. Is the channel a business, or are they just a creator like you, just a creator, just
Yeah.
they're just starting out or whatever. They may not have the means to pay you in dollars or in rubles or whatever the local currency. It might be a way of giving them other ways to support them. But if you were modding for like a business, like if say a business say like let's pick TubeBuddy, because TubeBuddy, everybody knows TubeBuddy has a channel. If someone live streams on that channel and they were an employee of TubeBuddy, then they might sub in an employee to be a mod, so they're automatically getting like paid by default. So there's that. They may also be looking for community leaders, which they may compensate in some way, whether that's monetary or
sometimes it's merch.
Something. Sometimes it's merch. Sometimes
it's just access as well. Sometimes it's just straight up access to the creator.
Yeah. Don't underestimate access.
Yeah. Like one of the jobs that I have now, when I very first started it, it was just about access. It wasn't about income. And it's just do not underestimate how amazing access can be. And I am paid to mod some channels and I'm not paid to mod other channels, and I mod them all with equal professionalism.
Me too.
But I think one big thing is if you expect a moderator to treat your live streams or whatever it is that they're moderating, that you want them there on time every week. Like if you want them to treat it like a job, then you need to treat them like an employee, and whether that's a paid employee or access or merch or whatever it is, you need to show them the respect as well. So it's a balancing act, and it's up to you as the individual as a moderator to decide what you want to do. I personally don't moderate for channels that I don't like the content on, because you have to sit there and watch the content. So
that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, you have to. And the other thing is, if it's content that you disagree with or don't like, your name is being associated with that. So you are being connected. And that's part of it as well. Like there's a lot of people here that met me through Nick's streams. So I have been hopefully positively connected with Nick's streams and Nick Nimmin. And that is an advantage. That is a bonus part of being a moderator. Like Doug's just going to walk away now. But that is a bonus part. So that is the access, that is the conversational part of it. So you can totally pay your moderators. And if you want your moderators to treat it like a job and treat it 100% professionally, then you need to consider that as an option if you can. But also modding can be just part of community building as well. So just being an active part of somebody's community, then and then you want to help out, you can totally do that as well. So I have mods on my other channel. While I don't pay them cash money, I send them little gifts and I send them thank yous, and I make sure they have everything they need to mod. To mod for that channel. I don't do that as much for you guys in this channel. Sorry, Doug. but I do mean to. I will get it sorted, I promise. So
That's right.
yeah,
We
depends.
reciprocate.
Yeah, we do. It really does
Yeah.
depend.
Yeah.
So
I could do most of the channels that I mod for. I don't get paid for.
yeah,
I don't. I do it. I do it because I want to, and I show up. There's no obligation for me to show up on some of those channels, but I do anyway, just because.
Yeah.
I think service is, as you're talking about getting access.
Yeah,
it's
acts
like
of service, the opposite.
And I can tell you for a fact that works, and I can prove it right now. And go back a couple of months ago to Daryl Lee's stream, and what Daryl said, and gave me a ticket to Vid Summit.
Yeah.
That's priceless.
You show up every week.
Yeah.
And he knows it's 3 a.m. for you.
Yeah.
And you show up every week and you support his community. And I think you well deserved that. And the kudos, the very kind words that he had to say, I thought was very well. I think you definitely deserve that. So
like, how many live streams would I have to moderate to earn the, $900,000 for a ticket, US dollars for a ticket?
Yeah, and don't forget the US dollars.
US dollars. Yeah.
US dollars.
That's a whole lot more in Australian dollars.
Yeah, that's a lot of money out there.
So yeah, I do it purely for the other, like, satisfaction is a good motivator. Obviously, as you say, you gotta love doing it. You gotta be interested in the content that you're modding for. Like, if I was like I don't show up on your craft channel as much. Like, I pop in and pop out, but I'm not there modding. A, I'm at work, but B, it's not content that I'm highly interested in. Like, that's fine content.
I'm going to get you knitting your own beanies. It's that simple. Like, you just need to be prepared for this. One day we're going to turn up to this live stream and we're both just going to be sitting here knitting matching beanies or something. and Doug's just going to be trying to hide his knitting, and we're just going to, we're just going to definitely, just expose his knitting addiction that he doesn't yet have, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But that's the thing. It needs to be content you enjoy, because you've got to watch it as well. So, yeah.
Sticking with the mod theme, this is the other one I starred earlier. What is something about being a mod that you know now that you wish you would have had to know when you started? That's a good question. I didn't have any idea that it would be something that I would be doing that I'd be known for. Like, I just, start helping out some channels that you like. That's how it starts. It's like, when you start, you don't anticipate that you're going to be like somebody comes to ask questions about moderating. That I didn't anticipate. I don't know if I wish I knew that in advance. It's just sort of something that happened. But it's something I didn't know about before I started. I didn't know that was going to happen. Sometimes you can be surprised about what some people say in the chat. But, where I am now, nothing surprises me.
Yeah, that's...
What
I don't
about
know
you?
if there's something about being a mod. Look, sometimes people are just rude to mods, and I didn't realize that people did that. So I think it would have been nice to have been prepared for that, because the first time it happened, I was a bit like, what? I'm trying to help. Like, now I'm just like, delete, like, bye, Whereas before, I wish I had have known that level of, people don't like it when mods try to do what mods are there for do. But other than that, I think because I'd watched a lot of live streams and I had I've been live streaming on my channel, like on my Fiberific channel for, I think it's like 8 years now. So I'd been live streaming for a long time, and I'd been watching a lot of live streams because I love watching live streams. I'm a live stream addict. I got to see how a lot of moderators work and how they're but because I'd always been in the kind of positive environments that I want to spend my time social in. I didn't see a lot of the negativity. And so when the negativity came through, that was a bit of a shock. But yeah.
I was just highlighting a few comments here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh. Niman going live today?
No Nick today.
No, there's no Nimans in this stream today.
There are no
There's
Nimmons.
no D's.
We
no
both
Nicks.
have too much hair to be Nimmons, and not enough
I don't
facial
know.
hair. Well, I mean, you're getting close, but you're not there yet. You're growing taller than your hairline, but that's about it. Like there's still hair there. But yeah, it's definitely a Nimon-free stream today.
All right.
What else have we got here?
I will leave the chat. I will stop hitting the chat.
Did you, Doug? Did you have one more thing you wanted to touch on today?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what our topics were. I mean, I do. I do have a prepared one. Yes.
Yes.
And then there was.
I do want to just, while you get that ready, Amazing.
There was two more that we could talk about.
That he says that he loves my productivity streams over on my Fiberific channel. They're well worth the watch. So while it's on my yarn crafting channel, which, you know, most of you are not yarn crafters, and I get that. Not everybody is, and I think you're all wrong. But it's not about yarn crafting alone. Like, I will sit there with a second camera crafting and just working away, but we have Creator Mix pumping, and it's just about getting something done. It's a 3-hour window where you can sit and do your work, and I just run one of those once a month where you can just kick back and get something done. We've got people who work on their assignments, fold laundry. I've got one lady who pops the live stream on her phone in her pocket and goes and hangs out the washing. You know, like whatever it is that you need to do, you can do it. And that's the fun thing about live streams is you can make them whatever it is that your community and you need. So I love that.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, you were asking me about my rant. The rant that I wanted to rant about.
And I wasn't sure if you still wanted to do it, so I was trying not to say what it was,
that's
just
fine.
in case you didn't want to touch on it.
Yeah, we can talk about that, and we can also talk about the other one that we may want to touch on is some things that are happening in the creator economy right now.
Yes. I didn't write that one on my list.
That was the other one.
Yes, that as well. Yeah.
So let me dive into my rant.
All right. So Doug
and this I don't know if I rant as well as our friend Viper, but
Viper does a great rant.
This got my goat yesterday. I'll use the example as a starting point for my rant. So I'm going to pull this up. Our friend, I'll say friend, but the creator liaison, like I consider Renee, like I've met Renee in person, so I consider him someone I know, somebody that I've met. So you could say he's a friend.
Mm.
Well, it's just he engages the creator community in on Twitter and the threads and different places online where he represents as in his official capacity as a YouTube liaison for creators. So he's dropping like an informational sort of thread about shorts. It doesn't really matter what the shorts thread says. But I like to read the replies often on these sorts of things. Yeah. And then I came across one that I was shocked. This person, now I can't say who they are because I think there's some issue on Twitter X in regards to this person right now, because I'll tell you why in a minute. But basically, he says, your friend Hitsman, which is Todd Beaupre, who works for YouTube as well, because they do like Q&As together quite a lot. Says, your friend Hitman, does your friend still live at and put a physical street address in Twitter, basically doxing a YouTube employee. I don't know whether that was his real address or not. And it says, maybe we should visit him. As in
a threat.
I take that as a clear threat.
That is a clear threat.
And I reported this tweet immediately to X Twitter. And I must say Twitter did take them down and actually penalize their account in some way. Let me see if I can find out what they actually did. They did some stuff. I found out today. They came back with a report. This is going to lead into my rant if I can find where this is all sitting.
Yeah, a double
I've got
dug
a lot
rant.
of-
I love that Creator Classroom.
A double dug
Apparently,
rant
"got my
is
goat" is not an American saying.
okay. Well, there you go.
That got my goat. That's a new
Aussie.
one. You're welcome.
Okay.
American friends, you can use that one. We'll let you.
Okay, I found it here.
You found it? Yep.
You submitted a report for exposing private info. Basically, yeah, if it like YouTube have similar policy. If you say put something out there about somebody else, like their private address or their phone number or stuff like that, YouTube will ask you to. YouTube, at least if it's in a video, they'll ask you to blur it out ASAP.
Yeah.
But if you put it elsewhere, and if you don't, they will take the whole content down. X did this. We locked this account for breaking our exposing private info rule. We found that they broke our exposing private info rule through different reports that we received about their behavior. So not just me, but it sounds like other people also reported them.
Good.
They can't post, repost, or like content, and we'll ask them to remove the reported content if they want to regain full access to their account. Your safety is important to us, and so on.
It's not just been removed. Like they have to wait for that person to remove it.
Yeah, like, I think they want to see that they've. I'm assuming they want them to acknowledge that they shouldn't have put that up and actually take it down themselves. Like I could remove it, but I think if they removed it, then there would be like a higher penalty. So they're giving this is their version of giving them the opportunity to fix their problem.
Yeah.
Like I accidentally put that in there.
Yeah.
I know that this particular channel, this particular account on X actually posted something since then. It actually appears on another post that I came across today on Twitter, another one of the YouTube Liaison's account, and it was basically saying something that you would not say to anybody unless you can substantiate it. It's like grounds for defamation, unless they can, unless it was true.
So
and it was something that was totally inappropriate. I don't even going to talk about what they said. But I realized afterwards that it was the same account. So they were posting some vile stuff on X. And this is where it leads into my rant. I'm going to take that down.
Yeah.
Let's put that up there. I want to talk about being respectful, like on social media. Like as creators, at least, we're dealing with YouTube. Sometimes YouTube makes decisions we don't like. They do inexplicable things like what they've done to Cali Plains. They sometimes make mistakes. But at no time should we be treating YouTube employees, other creators with, with disrespect to the point of where we're abusing them or we're doxing them or we're, saying stuff that we wouldn't say to our own mother. You could say, that, all the things that seem appropriate.
Yeah.
You certainly could be upset with a YouTube policy or the way something maybe was communicated. And I'm all for holding YouTube as an entity accountable. But these people are employees. Sometimes they have to say stuff that they may dislike or not be completely happy with, but they have to say certain things because that is what they're legally allowed to say. YouTube says, you can't talk about XYZ because of legal reasons. So we don't want to get ourselves in legal trouble. So you just need to, say the minimal about a certain issue or certain problem. So I just want to say, and I'm sure there's nobody here like this, but if anytime that you're dealing with other creators or people that work for platforms, let's strive to keep it respectful. Let's strive to just do the right thing, treat each other, give each other enough care to give them benefit of the doubt, even when we feel upset, agitated, angry. We can be totally upset for the fact that we've been demonetized.
And all those emotions are real. Like,
yeah.
we don't want
Oh,
to
of
shut
course.
down how you're feeling about something, but you can change how you word it to the individuals that you are corresponding with.
Yeah.
You don't, there's no, like, my question is, how did they honestly expect someone to respond to that?
Yeah.
Like, oh no, sorry, yeah, you put that out there and you're, what is it that you wanted us to help you with? Like, drop everything? No, that's not what happens. That's not what happens. If you spew vitriol at people, the response will be blocking, deleting, or that person's community will actually respond in defense, and you may not like that. And some communities, they can go pretty hard. And whereas where the streamer or the channel owner or the community, the person in the community is following, or the business has to go, no, don't do that. Like, I've seen it, like, please don't go after this person. Like, I've seen someone bring up a comment on a stream before, like, I want to talk about this thing, but I want you to not go after this person.
Yeah.
So
that's right. Well, absolutely. Like, I get unhappy with decisions that maybe YouTube makes or another creator company makes. Like, I disagree with something that they've done.
Yeah.
But I'm very careful not to just, like, rant and regret later. Like, I could have, as soon as I saw this on X yesterday, I was on my way to work. I could have pulled out my phone and recorded screenshotted it and recorded it and put it out there in front of people and said this is not appropriate. I could have come in really angry about it.
Human. Yeah, you could have really made it a personal attack back.
I could have like justifiably, I suppose, ripped into this particular person. Maybe he said, I would never want to show if that address was real. I didn't never want to show that part, but I could have said, hey, this channel, this person on Twitter, and people could have piled on. We don't want that to happen. We don't want people to get brigaded. We don't want people to get doxxed. We don't want people like even the person who's done the wrong thing needs a little bit of, you need to respect enough to not death threat them or something crazy like that.
That two wrongs don't make a right. That thing that your mum always said. Two wrongs don't make a right. And it's not to say that these, like, some companies don't do things that need to be called out, but you need to do it in a respectful, professional way. If you are treating people as people, and you need to be respectful of them as an individual as well. But it's definitely, like, I didn't see that one. So when you said you wanted to do a talk about this, I had no idea what the exact catalyst was for you, and I'm shocked that someone would do that. So it's definitely a thing.
I had to jump in and report it the minute I saw it, because that doxing is not on. Like, that crosses the line for me automatically.
Oh, instantly. And like, I don't actually agree with Twitter not removing that post. Like, I understand that they want to give that person the benefit of the doubt, and they want to give them the opportunity to rectify their wrong. But in the meantime, that potentially real address is out there for other people to see. So I personally think the post should be pulled, but Twitter has its own way of doing things, and when you join a platform, you have to agree to their rules. So I really love those people that post the, hey, Facebook, I don't give you permission to, and they list out all this stuff that they don't give Facebook permission to do. And you kind of like, I tend to have a little read of them but it's like, you actually agreed to all of this when you made your Facebook account. And that's the same thing with YouTube and Twitter and all the other socials. There's a lot of rules that you agree to, and you need to follow those rules, or there's potential badness that could come about. Yeah, Amazing Destinations, I agree. They should at least hide the post. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
For sure. No, that's all right. That's all good.
I will jump out of the comments again.
Yeah, it's like back out of the comments. Like, we had to have a little discussion at the start because we're not used to both of us having access to the the buttons at the same time when we co-stream. And so it was just like, you're going to do this and I'm going to do this. And now Doug's got his fingers in the comments and he's not supposed to. But you know,
I will stay in the brand tab from now on.
get back to the brand tab, Doug. It is vindictive. It can be quite vindictive. That's right. Doug's just going hard in the brand tab now. He's just got to click stuff. He just needs to click things. Have you got a fidget spinner, Doug? You might need a fidget spinner.
I think maybe after about that, I can find something to wave around.
Yeah, what it is you need a toy wrench.
Yeah, that's what I need.
You need the toy wrench.
Make sure it's got that little hole in the end, so you can put it on your finger and spin it.
Yeah, so you can spin it around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But
okay, we need to organise some wrench merch.
Click disorder. We do.
Merch.
We will sit down and we'll design something, and we can.
Has to be a blue YouTube wrench.
It needs to be a blue YouTube wrench. Mm-hmm.
And like one of those giant foam things that you get like the big hands that you take to the football.
Yeah.
But it's made out of foam.
Or like the Minecraft swords, but as a blue wrench.
You can whack people with it and it doesn't hurt too much.
Not too much. It can hurt a little bit.
Not too much. You might poke them in the eye or something.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's awesome. Now we did have one more topic on our list, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did. It's a tough one. It's a tough topic because it's affecting real people and it's affecting our friends.
Yeah, people we know.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You want me to talk about it?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
It gives you something to do instead of touching things.
Yes. There's been a quite a shift in the creator space, probably in the last month in particular, with creator economy businesses actually laying off staff, downsizing for whatever reason, and in some cases, like for StreamYard, obviously they've got a new buyer, so there's change of there's natural attrition that goes with that, whether they let people go or whether people leave of their own accord. There's things like that going on. So we've got StreamYard with the acquisition. Some people are no longer with StreamYard. Some might still be there. I don't know the exact details.
A lot of the names that we recognise, a lot of those people are gone from StreamYard. So yeah. And whether they decided to go, like Dan and Gage, they made the decision to go, or whether they were just sorry, as part of the shake-up, this position will no longer be available. There was a lot of people that had to leave from StreamYard, so that was a really big one.
The other one was vidIQ did some layoffs. I don't know the ins and outs, but people like our friend Viper, and
who was their
Tish
social media manager and ran their podcast.
Yeah,
so
I know
very popular things that he did.
Yeah. So Tish, who's an Artist Haven, who sometimes visits our channels, and Nick's channel. She was working for vidIQ as well. She was laid off. There's probably a few others that I don't personally know.
Yep.
But there are two people I personally met and personally know that were laid off. Apparently, TubeBuddy's just laid some people off as well. TubeBuddy, Ben Labs as the parent company. So our friend Stanley was laid off only very recently. I only found about today. So our hearts go out to Stanley and Viper and Tish in particular, because they're people that we actually know. So we're believing that you guys can find alternative employment, hopefully in the creator space, doing something you love, like the jobs that you had with vidIQ or TubeBuddy. So our hearts go out to them, and it's tough when people
and not just and the thing is creator classroom's written here, but Viper will land on his feet just fine. It's easy to say that, but with so many of the businesses that you would think he could go to actually currently laying off staff as well, it does make it a little grayer as to whether or not they will find positions within the creator economy. And it's it's sobering because you do see all this amazing, like, the stuff coming out of Brandcast and the stats about YouTube and the creative economy is a huge portion of especially the US economy now. And except somehow the businesses that make it possible are needing to lay off staff. So it makes it really difficult because not everybody can be a full-time creator. A lot of us need a 9 to 5 or a daytime job or some freelance work or something. Finding out that those of us that were able to get actual creator economy jobs, which is kind of the dream, isn't it? Like, if you need the 9 to 5, you still want it to be in the industry you love, but the find that they're like having to go is really hard. But I can't wait to see, because they're all amazing and talented people, and I really do like. My heart is just hurting so much because they all poured so much into what they were doing, and quite often at the detriment of their own channels. And now they're like, oh well, I've kind of got to rely on my channel again, and it's tricky. It can be tricky.
It is,
but they're amazing people.
And out of the personal side of things, and we go to look at, well, why maybe are they releasing people? Because obviously it's financial. Clearly,
it's always financial. That always comes down to it, especially when it's like large swathes of people.
Yeah.
It's not just one person
reducing
got
costs.
fired.
Yeah.
It's
not like
fixing a
you're fired for not doing your job properly or something like that, or doing something inappropriate. It was based purely, hey, we're laying off staff because we need to tighten the belts financially. And to consider a company like vidIQ having to tighten their belts, or Ben Labs who own TubeBuddy, what that says to me is there's something about they're not generating as much income in the current economic climate as they used to. Yeah. So that's where alarm bells ring. It's like, because a lot of the, like, vidIQ, let's look at vidIQ and TubeBuddy. They're both tools that creators use to do stuff around the channel, whether it's content ideas or keyword research or some A/B thumbnail testing. Are these tools being seen as less relevant or less required by creators in 2024?
Yeah.
What is it that's different? Like, I've even now seen, since the layoffs at vidIQ, I've seen a shift in the content on their channel. They're actually starting to highlight their tools and features more. Whereas before they were making sort of more general content about how to grow a channel and how to, make better thumbnails,
like and too far away from their core business on their channel. And they've had to shine a light on the product that they sell, rather
which
than
they need to be. I think they need to be doing that. I think that part of their content needs to be that.
Yeah, if I go to a channel that has a tool like vidIQ, TubeBuddy, StreamYard, whatever, I expect to find the content and how to use that tool on that channel.
I want tutorials. I want how-tos. I want you to tell me about new features. I want you to be like, if it's a tool that I'm interested in or that I use, I want content. Like, maybe you can make this other content as well about how to grow a YouTube channel, and that you could do that as well. But you need to be making regular content about your product. Telling us whether it's telling us how to do it, highlighting a new feature, getting anything to do with that, where people become, it's like product awareness. If you're always out here telling me doing channel reviews and telling me about how Mr. Beast makes his thumbnails, or how this creator got to 1 million shorts views in 20 days, or like that, it's interesting information. But there's other channels out there already making that stuff. Like every YouTube growth channel's making elements of that sort of content. So when you are actually selling that, you need, your core business is your tool. You need to be generating sales on those tools. You need to be converting people to that. you can
You need to be
maybe
creating
rely.
leads from your
Yeah,
content back to your
yeah,
paid products. Absolutely.
absolutely,
And
and providing
otherwise you
support for
can't
such
afford the
product.
teams. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I can see the vidIQ is actually starting to shift because the last few videos that I've watched Rob do in particular has been talking about some features and actually got a really great idea from one of their videos about something I can do with. I think he did something about community posts and some of the vidIQ tools that they have that will actually help you do image polls in particular. I think it was, and it took
Yeah.
the idea that they had, mashed it with another tool, which is Creative Fuel,
Yeah.
which is like a Chat GPT plugin
Yeah.
for creators and is based on your actual channel. Took
Yeah. I love
those
that
two things together, and
it's trained
yeah,
on your channel. When you get a Creative
yeah,
Fuel
exactly.
account, it is
So
then
yeah,
it's trained on your channel, so it's relevant to you. And that's one
yeah,
of the things I love about the Creative Fuel
yeah.
plugin.
So I
Yep.
so I took this Chat GPT prompt from vidIQ, mashed it into that interface, and got exact community poll ideas for my community poll to do the image poll specifically. And then all I
Yeah.
had to do was like come up with the images for each point, but they would come up with like the ABCD
Yeah.
for the poll and the question, and it spat out like I think I asked it for 5. It spat out 5, so I've got 5 up my sleeve. I've done 2 of them on my channel this week.
Mm-hmm.
So getting back to the topic though, because I'm going off on a tangent, is the
That's
fact
okay.
that I learnt this from. I got this idea and this implementation from watching one of their things, telling me how I could use one of their tools to do a certain thing, which I had no idea about. I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty good. Let me investigate this. So this is where they're bringing far more value than the how to get 1,000 subscribers, how to get monetized.
Yeah.
The YouTube, maybe some YouTube news that maybe I already cover or whatever. I know vidIQ I know Rob likes to touch on YouTube announcements as well.
Yeah.
But their core business is their product. If you're not promoting your product, they need to be promoting that. And I'm surprised that they haven't promoted harder, but I think they're starting to talk about this, is their coaching side of their business.
Yes.
Because they're like a whole dedicated coaching side, which you would know about a little bit about that. But that's by Tim Schmoyer, who used to run what was his channel called? Video Creators.
Video Creators. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like the like him and Daryl Lees were the when I started YouTube, they were the go-to YouTube growth experts. Tim Schmoyer, Daryl Lees.
Yeah.
And so he's running that side of the business. So they really need to be putting that. Obviously, they're focused on a lot on business related content, business channels in their coaching, but they'll anybody who wants to coach, they'll coach gaming channel, they'll coach any channels that want to join their program.
Yeah.
But you don't hear enough about them to know that they've got that service, you know what I mean? Yeah. So they need to be promoting that. And I think that vidIQ are starting to pivot to that. And hopefully that stems whatever financial issues that they have, where they're actually going to start converting people into their products, whether it's their vidIQ tools or whether it's their coaching business.
Yeah.
They need to be converting more people into those to stay profitable and to not have to lay off staff. Maybe they can rehire staff. Hopefully, hopefully they'll stem the tide.
That would be lovely. And this is like leans into Little Crafty Nook's point here, is like she actually says, I've got a course. Do I say something about my course in each of my videos? And I have my ad as I trial. I have seen it. I have seen the ad.
That's a good question.
This is one of those tough ones because, like, for me, I find it, believe it or not, like those of you who hang out on my channel, like how much I point out the buy me a coffee, but I actually find it very hard to mention things that cost money. Because I know that people come to YouTube for free help. I know that they come here for the free things, right? And so I do find it very difficult to mention the paid things. So like on my website, you can book in for, paid services from me, of different things. And I never mention that. And so, or I very rarely mention it unless someone else brings it up. Oh yeah, that's right, I do that. Yeah. Like yesterday, I was on a call for a deep order on someone's channel, so these sorts of things. But it comes down to training yourself to do it and doing it where it fits. Like maybe not every video is what you want, but if what you're doing in your current video is a perfect fit, it's the next perfect step for that viewer is your product, then mention it. Because if you don't mention it, they don't have the option. But if you do mention it, they can decide, is it for me, is it not for me? And as long as you're making it the next perfect fit, they don't have to go, well, it's not really what I'm looking for, blah, 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 blah. It's the next perfect step. But they just need to then decide, do they want to buy it or not buy it? And giving someone 2 choices is way better than giving somebody 20 choices and then they end up in analysis paralysis. But if you don't mention it, you're not giving the opportunity at all. And it's something I have to constantly remind myself of, because, like, how often does Doug mention his channel memberships? Like, never. Like, you can all jump over onto Doug's channel right now and become a channel member over there for as little as $5 or $5 Australian. I don't know what it is in US dollars. You need to look. But Doug has his Discord server where you can ask questions, and if you get his Houstonati Max, you have access to DM commenting, like replies. Like, you need to go and check it out. But he doesn't mention it, and so he doesn't remind people of the existence of the thing. So yeah, that's right, Doug. That's right. But we all do this. We all we'll suggest a different tool. We'll suggest something else, rather than actually our own product. And it's just because we just need to get into the habit of it. And these big companies are realigning their thoughts of their main business and what they need, and they have to get back into the habit of it as well. So I think it's really great. Like Jerry Papandreou's put in a comment here, I wouldn't put that in videos designed for reach, but definitely would in something designed for the hardcore audience. That's right. It needs to be the next logical step.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
You don't
need a mix.
Offer them an advanced course on card making if they're a beginner. So, they need that. That's not the next logical step for them. But if you're doing like a trickier card and then you go into there, it's definitely, here we go. I've just been called out by Amazing Yacht Destinations. You also do not always mention what you provide outside of the streams. That is correct. And that's what I was saying. I also need to get better at this. We all do. It's something that most of us, or a lot of us, we're all guilty of it. It's something that a lot of us don't do. And it's very easy for me, because I'm that person that I love being a cheerleader for other people. So I'm like, Doug, you need to sign up to Doug's membership. You need to sign up to Nick's membership. You need to sign up to Daniel Batal's membership. They offer this amazing thing. And yet, you could go and join my membership over on Buy Me a Coffee. But I'm like, no, you need to do these other ones. So, yeah, it's just a personality thing. Yeah.
Yeah. What's happening in the comments?
Maybe we need some calls to action that sound authentic. Absolutely.
That's always good. That's always preferred.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's it. Authenticity is the key. So it's like just being, but you just got to make sure that you are being purposeful, that you do it intentionally. I think is a better word for it. Being intentional about, at the end of this video, I'm going to mention this, because it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because this video I've decided is to promote XYZ.
Or it might be your course. But if you give people too many choices, it makes it too hard for them. And they're like, look, I'll decide later. And they'll go off to something else and they won't decide later.
Yeah.
So, yeah. How We AI says, we all need to help remind each other that we all have great opportunities for the appropriate audience. Yes, we do.
Absolutely. Yeah. I co-sign that. I co-sign that.
live stream consultant says Graham Cochrane speaks in this way. It's the difference between should I buy versus which one I should buy. Choice between A or B rather than should I. Yeah. It's a psychology of sales, which sounds terrible and slimy and you know, but it's what it is. It's what it is.
Yeah. And the only reason why we feel that way, that sales is slimy, is because we see people do it that way, but that's not the only way to do it.
That's right. We've all dealt with the slimy salesperson or the dodgy sales pitch.
And I think that's where that authenticity actually comes in, to not be slimy. If you're authentic, then you're less likely. You're not trying to work the 5 tips that you got from this sales guru about, okay, I got to do this and I got to do this and I got to say it using this exact script. If I don't say it using this exact script, then I'm not going to get the conversions of millions of sales. I only get like 10 if I don't use the exact script. You know, crazy stuff like that where you could get a little bit worked up. So like, keep it real, be authentic, have something that people either want or need.
Yes.
And
it needs to be something useful, not just throwaway rubbish. It needs to be something that they need or want. Yeah.
Actually, I don't have any of that here. Oh well.
I
was going to grab a merch mug.
This mug right here. This Value First mug that's in my hand.
Did you want that or need that? Or neither?
I needed it. I had to have this and the Value First shirt. So you can get those from Doug's Spread Shop store. Which
indeed.
There you go.
Oh, I think the last few streams I got to even tag merch on my live streams. I'm totally out of the loop. I need to get back into it. You convinced me. Okay.
And you know, neither of us added anything. I don't actually have any merch available for this channel yet, but which I probably should design something, but I haven't as yet.
Get ready when that 500
comes. Yourself some great Value First merch from Doug. So yeah.
Now, if you have questions, you can promote anything about YouTube, content creation. Drop them in the chat with a Q in front so we know that's a question.
That's right.
And if Chantelle sees it, she'll pull it up on the screen and we can address it. I just thought I'd mention that because we haven't mentioned it for a while. I can't guarantee it.
Yeah. Look,
we'll try to guarantee it.
I really want to say is for those of you that are in the Chantelle Hills chat, I'm seeing like some of you are like, hey, I've decided to jump over and spend some time in here. I really do appreciate that because I'm still working on monetization for this channel and I am nowhere near the watch hours and we're nearly to the right level of subs for like the 500 for the monetization of fan funding. But still, like you need 3,000 watch hours and I'm not there. So I really appreciate you all jumping between the streams and having some time in both chats. I really do appreciate that you're doing that. I did just notice that I went from 5 concurrent viewers to 10. So I really do appreciate those of you that have jumped over there. Not that I want to steal anybody from Doug's chat, but
I don't mind if you want to go and give the rest of the stream to Chantelle if you've been on mine. You can do that to help her with the watch time. Whether you're watching mine or hers, you're going to get the same value because we're the exact same stream.
I very much appreciate it. And we've got some beautiful questions in here from Learn Spanish World saying like, how do we help get you there? Creator Classroom says, how do we help? The only way you can help is to share the streams out, to watch the streams in their entirety when they're on topics that you want to see. You know, we're not going to play the system or anything like that. I don't want to risk the channel. If it is something that you like, please watch it. Please watch the replays of content that you may be interested in but miss the live stream on. So, but we still need to get to Amazing Yacht Destinations. Just put it up here. I do need 72 more subs to hit the 500. So we do still need a few more subs, but the subs seems to be coming a little bit faster than the watch time. So big part of
Yes.
it is I prefer to live stream over creating video on demand content, and that's on me, and I get that. And Doug's like, yes, Chantelle, yes. Um,
That sounds like me of late, the last month. But anyway.
yeah. But I do try
I
to
can
make
relate.
the live streams educational and fun and entertaining. But yeah, so it just, you know, Doug's playing with things again, isn't he? He's just clicking random buttons for funsies. I just saw that come up on X. Thank you so much for sharing it out, the Creator Classroom. That's awesome. And How We AI, thanks so much for joining the channel. But yeah, it's just, and I know not everybody is in the partner program. It is hard to get into the partner program. It's kind of the point. It's supposed to be hard. It's to weed out those people that either aren't serious or the content is not quite right. And it is difficult to get there sometimes, and I understand that. This is my second channel. My other channel is monetized, and I do come a cropper sometimes. I think, oh, I'll do this thing, and then realize I can't do it because I don't have, 1,000 subs, and you're just like, oh, why is this blocked behind subs? But yeah, it's just
that's it.
Yeah, it's definitely just a way. It's a step. And it's an educational step for me as well. So, it's one of these things. Monique says, I've got the subscribers, but the watch time. I was chatting with a friend of mine, and she's got like 20,000 subscribers, but produces mostly short content and doesn't have the watch time. And also, while her shorts are very good and she gets like thousands and thousands of views, she doesn't get the 10 million views within the 90 days. So she's still, it's we all have our little things that we have to deal with, and I just appreciate that you guys give me the opportunity to, rant and complain about mine. So I feel a bit selfish. Absolutely. Actually. I'm very sorry. Jerry Papandreou said that Chantelle's live streams are fun. So that's awesome, Jerry. I appreciate that. I'm like trying to share the comment from the wrong stream, like from the wrong window. Like apparently you can't just keep clicking it in the YouTube window and expect it to show up in StreamYard. So
yeah, no, that's not how it works. I've tried that before.
Livestream Consultant's got a great tip for me. All I need to do is just clip a couple of key points and post those as standalone videos. I do that as shorts sometimes, but you're right. I need to do them as the vertical content and just make them a few minutes long. So yeah. But yeah.
Do the 3 minute the 3 minute clips. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 2 minutes is the minimum for them to be classed for monetization. But yeah, just I
don't think there's any length, is there?
Yeah, so
I thought that was a myth.
No, it's actually it's in YouTube. Like it's in the help. If you want an ad to run, if you want advertising on that video to be paid and you are monetized, the video has to be 2 minutes long. So
I've heard people say that, and I'm like, yeah, no, that doesn't sound right to me.
Yeah, it felt weird to me as well. It was before Shorts came in that was out. But I'll try and grab you a screenshot another time. But I was actually looking at it not that long ago. Blacksmiths for Fun says, howdy from another non-monetized channel. I can't knit at the forge, but the wife and daughter love it. Ah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Love it.
Yeah, that's great. And, you've got other things to focus on at the forge. Absolutely. Monique says, I'm at 465 now, but last month I had 325, so I'm going in the right direction. That's your watch hour. So with almost 1,600 subscribers, that is great. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? We just have to keep positive and keep posting and sharing and keeping on our track and on our plan. It's really useful and helpful. Yeah, Jerry Papandreou's got an excellent point. For watch time, any watch time counts towards monetization, including your shorts if they're playing on the traditional watch page. So that's correct. So if they're watched, if your shorts are watched in the short app or shelf, they don't count. But if they're watched on the traditional watch time page, which just like why? But anyway, YouTube have deemed it, so therefore it's so.
Shorts in from search, because search will open up the watch page. So if you search and find a short that answers a question and you play it back, it's going to play on a watch page, not in the short shelf.
Yeah.
So that'll generate watch time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you know, it's, I think my ultimate goal is not the watch time, it's helping people, but if I can get watch time too, I'll be extra happy. So yeah. Amazing yacht destination. Thank you. We love Chantelle and she brings us every week awesome information. Yeah. So like, I'm just assuming, Doug, there's no other streams tonight, is there?
No.
No.
There's nothing that I know that I'm aware of scheduled. There's no Nick Dimon. There's no T or Daniel. There's no Daryl Leaves.
Yeah.
There's no Andrew Can.
Yeah. So the next stream is mine. Ha ha ha.
The next stream is yours on
Sunday
tomorrow.
night. Yeah. Tomorrow night. So I have not scheduled it as yet, but it will be there. So those that are new to the channel.
Same bat channel.
Same bat channel, 7 p.m. Eastern, Sunday night, which is my Monday morning.
Yeah.
Creative Classroom says, well, dang, I should take advantage and go live. It's what we did.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, you know, sometimes you just have to take advantage. One thing that was pointed out, Doug, is have you noticed that your little Doug is covering your name? You're just Houston.
Just Houston. There you go.
Just Houston.
Yeah, I left the tags on today. I think last time we ran, we didn't have the name tags on. I can't remember, but yeah.
Yeah, I think the tags are good because, you know, some people come into your stream knowing you and not me. And I think most people who come into my stream know who you are. But yeah, I think it's cool. Oh, I like that one.
It doesn't matter which one.
No, it doesn't. I mean, they all look good for my name. I don't like the little pill, but I like all these square ones. Like, yeah, I don't like that one. Doug's like, then that's the one we're having. So live stream consult says maybe you and Doug should go live at 7 p.m. tonight again. No, because
on your channel,
just no. I mean, like, because I would like to sleep in tomorrow. So I've just
instead of I think because that means
starting at 9.
Yes,
that's our time.
Yes.
And even though we're not staying up the whole night modding other people's chats, I would like to take advantage of the fact that I will get to sleep and have my alarm not turned on. So
absolutely.
Yeah, Crafty Nook says that yes, they need to sleep sometime. Yes, agreed.
Yes.
Creative Classroom prefers the minimalist, the grey one. For the name.
Well,
tags,
that's the one we've been using tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one.
So.
The minimal.
Yeah. Look, I don't know if sleep is overrated. I kind of like it. I mean, I don't get enough of it, and I do prioritize other things over it. But every now and again, it's kind of, you get to a point where it's just like, no, that's what's happening. The sleep will be happening. I had to have a nap today. I was out humaning for all day and then came home, and my husband's talking to me, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, honey, I'm just so drained. And I went and laid down and slept for 4 hours. And then, you know, had to get up and human again.
That's it.
Oh, hang on. This is the one I wanted. Sorry, Creative Classroom. I would like to see StreamYard allow us to pick where the name tags show up per guest.
Oh, like position. Yeah.
Yeah, like we can do on Ecamm. Look, I think that before the big changes at StreamYard, there was a lot of talk about they were going to be making some some things so that we could make more adjustments and more personalizations. Now, I don't know if that's going to still be happening because we don't have the same team looking after things. So I don't know what the priorities are for the new company, Bending Spoons. So obviously now that they no longer have the weekly live streams letting us know what the features are and what the updates have been and things like that, we don't know what the plans are or where something is in the priority of those that create the platform. It'd be really great to see a few more things, especially like some alpha layers. Like I really want the alpha layers so I can bring in my, even just being able to bring in my buy me a coffee widget. Little things like that, I'd love to see that. Jerry Papandrea said, isn't that something you can customize in the layout editor? You can't change where the names appear as far as I'm aware. Like you can change what they look like, but you can't change where they appear. So, Doug, you've made it so my name's missing now. Oh, no.
There we go.
But yeah, it'd be really good if we could move Doug's name to, oops, I can't do that, to move Doug's name and have them both like next to each other sort of thing on the opposite corners so that they are together so you could see them. But yeah, it's
not a thing, unfortunately.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet, anyway. Hopefully.
So, things can change and things can happen and priorities change. So we don't know. We don't know where they're at. So, but yeah, I'd love to be able to move them around and put them in better positions and things like that. I think sometimes that top left corner would be great because then they could stay there when the comments come up, things like that. But, some people don't like a name above their head, whereas I'd be like, that'd be a great spot because it's not in the way of anything.
I think some of the other tools either put it up there or allow you to put it up there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one, but I know some of the other ones that are similar to StreamYard, I've seen names where they're up in the top corner.
Yeah.
So I'm sure like it's doable. It's just, how much customization do they want to give people because they want to keep the ease of use. And sometimes when you give people too many options, it becomes clunky. And so, it's the balance. I think they might be more open.
Yeah. The StreamYard pillars of the big one was ease of use. So too many customizations would render ease of use sort of, push it to the side. Whereas we don't know what the goals are for Bending Spoons. So maybe ease of use won't be one of their top priorities.
Yeah. Very possible.
Yeah, no, I've just clicked the little pencil, Jerry Papandrea, and you can move the camera inputs around, but you can't change where the branding lives. That's fairly, that's placed. You don't get to decide that. So, yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's just how it is at the moment. I'm just checking the chat here. It looks like I'm being picked on, for the length of my naps. I'm like, I won't take that. Yeah, my Saturday naps are especially that it's basically like, think of it like a split shift. I've got to do a second shift and I need some energy to be able to succeed. So, yeah. It looks like Nick just shared.
I just got an alert. Oh, he's watching. Nick, welcome.
Oh, hey, Nick. I hope you're having
watching
a fantastic
Doug and Chantelle.
time. Having an awesome time in the UK. Oh, it's in the chat
on a big TV too.
Oh, is it Danielle's house? Oh,
yeah. I was going to say having a party. So is Daniel and Megan there as well? I know they're over there. I don't know who else is over there.
I know they were staying there, so they might still be there. But yeah.
So big props to everyone watching from the UK today.
Yeah, and like usual time, it's not midnight for them.
Yeah, it's what It's lunchtime, sort of early afternoon, I think.
Yeah, it's
Give or
good
take.
humaning time.
Or maybe it's late afternoon. I lose track. It's like 1 a.m. here, so who knows?
Yeah, so Nick says they've already left. So
Oh, they left already?
Yeah. So, oh yeah, look, Creative Classrooms has seen the favoritism. Yeah, it's cool. It's totally cool. It's fine. It's the game. It's the game. Livestream consultants have said, in my opinion, there are only a few details that I would like to see StreamYard implement. Name placement is one of them, but there's not many. StreamYard's got it pretty well set. Look, and I agree with that, because the point of StreamYard is its simplicity. You don't want to make it too tricky, too clunky. I do have alternatives. I can use Ecamm's virtual cam to bring it into StreamYard, so I can have the best of both worlds. And if you're not on Mac or you don't want to use Ecamm, you can do the same thing with OBS. So you've got options as alternatives. And so if you're a little bit of a control freak like I am when it comes to my streams, and I want everything just using something that has more functionality and bringing that into the virtual camera so you can still get all the benefits of StreamYard, I actually think having both is not a bad thing. And then if one crashes and burns, you've still got the other. So what do you think, Doug? Like, I'm just looking at your face there, and I'm like, what's going on with that face?
I did when I look at the camera, I don't see my face, but then I look over here to see what's happening on the stream, and then maybe I looked a little blank. Maybe it's because it's 1 a.m.
That could possibly be it as well. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, in regards to StreamYard, I think they look after YouTubers really well, with like making sure that all the super chats and the membership stuff is all integrated. I think they've done a really good job on that. Like, I think it's better integrated than, say, Ecamm, who has most of that stuff integrated. But I like StreamYard's implementation of that stuff better.
I'm going to bring up one of the older super chats, and we get the full color block, and that's the color of the super chat that YouTube made that super chat orange in the YouTube chat, being able to bring it on the screen exactly how it is. And the same with the new members as well, bringing them in in their big green box to give them a big shout out for being a new member. I like that. I like that part, definitely. And I think that, having that functionality is just, I don't know, I like it. And I think having the continuity from what you get on YouTube to what you get in StreamYard is also pretty good. Home Rapid Repair says, if I ran StreamYard, I keep it the same. I keep it the easy to use. However, I would add an advanced mode for those that want it. It sounds a bit like you just need EV Mux. That's kind of what EV Mux have. They have their very simple, just how it goes levels, but then you've got a secondary level that you can get into with your paid plans or on a trial plan, where you can really knock it out of the park. Wow. Talk about YouTube, like StreamYard bringing in those super chats exactly how YouTube have them.
Exactly. Big shout out to Nick Nemon. He says, you guys are awesome. Thanks for all you do for the community. And big props. We were talking about moderation and stuff earlier. So, thanks you, Chantelle, for all you do.
Thank you, Doug. I always jokingly say that I want to grow up to be like Doug. And that's kind of, I think having a mentor or someone that you look up to actually makes it easier. Like, you're not forging a path on your own, and I think that's been really helpful for me. I don't like forging paths on my own if I can avoid it. And I like teamwork, and I definitely feel like I'm part of a team when I'm working with Doug and with Nick as well. So yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, I like the fact that we can both sort of manipulate the stream the way we've got this set up today. Because before, if I was streaming, you're coming in as a guest, so you were just like sitting there doing the thing. You could look at the chat on YouTube, you could see what people were saying. But the fact that you can you can do, you're running the comments, and I'm changing screens, and if you're talking, then I can jump in and have a look at what's going on and switch it out. And the fact that we can like drop the stars. I think the star system just for like comments and our super chats.
Yeah.
I think that should be utilized more. Like, I don't use that a lot, but I think that's great.
I just need to just change the red super chat here. Because
there it is. Tube Spanner.
Danielle. Whoa. Wow, that is phenomenal. For donuts and gorilla kibbles, and I had to be one more than Nick.
That's it.
That's fantastic.
That's it.
That's wonderful.
That's 100 of those GBPs.
That is 100 GBPs.
Does 100 GBPs
is worth more than 100 USDs.
Does that trump the USD?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know the exchange rates right now.
USD is about 65 cents. GBP is about 53 cents.
Okay,
so
you're doing it that way. Yeah.
Oh,
wow, awesome. GSpanner is a great tool, by the way. Chantelle uses it even more than I do. Like, I use it every week on Nick's streams for the note taking app, the notes integration with the while on the watch page while you're watching a stream or a YouTube video, you can just take notes and it records the timestamps.
Yeah,
it's a great tool. That's the one I use the most. And there's a whole bunch that you use as well in the Tube Spanner.
I love the social bio. It's probably one of, as far as I'm concerned, it's one of the least talked about but most amazing features, because you get your Tube Spanner account, and then I was actually able to cancel my Linktree accounts because I had Tube Spanner. So I was able to save that money as a creator, and I actually think it's I actually think it's better. I think it's beautiful. I love the screen that I get to create and customize for my different bio pages. So I love the bio page, but also the AI script writing tool is just fantastic. And I love that you can just change sections of the script. You don't have to make it rewrite the whole thing. You can just go, actually, can you just tweak the intro, or I want to change the hook, and then you can actually just remove out their bit entirely if you just want to just do it yourself. And it's not like, oh, well, there's just so many phenomenal tools, and it's just had this massive, oh, wow. Okay. There's some one-upmanship happening here. Doug.
What? Oh, I didn't see that come in. I'm like, what are you looking at? Because I just jumped over to the starred field to look at what hadn't appeared.
Yeah. For coffee
and mugs.
Yeah, more mugs.
And 99 more. Oh dear.
Is this going to be a bid? Is this
going to be a bidding war?
This is hilarious. This is a bidding war. I just want to point out that the winning is only being counted through because I'm losing now. The winning is only being counted through the buy me coffee, and I think are you neck and neck. Oh yeah.
I wasn't even talking about. I was just talking about Nick and Tube Spanner.
Oh man, they're not. We're not competitive at all.
Outgunning.
Yeah.
Outgunning. Oh my goodness.
Wow, that's phenomenal. That's very generous.
That's
that's the thing. This is definitely going to help Doug get to Vid Summit. That's amazing. That's absolutely fantastic.
Absolutely, all goes to all goes in the pot to cover all the costs.
All the costs to get there.
All the costs.
Absolutely.
Not to mention the costs of living.
Oh right.
But yeah,
I know. It's one of those.
That's
things.
That's a whole other non-creator topic. Well, it could be a creator topic if you're talking about creator economy and we're talking about the layoffs earlier. That's like hopefully we can see all those people that the people were talked about.
Yeah.
Earlier, hopefully that they can bounce back. They can look after themselves, and hopefully, I'm looking forward to I'm sure Vipe will still be at Vid Summit because I know he's going to be one of the MCs. So
he'll still be there.
So
So
I hope so by that point he's all squared away and he's all good.
Yeah, that's what I'm really hoping. It's a good few months away, and I really do hope that he has found a new home somewhere and is just loving it. Just whatever it is that he finds, that it just is just what he needed. So it is such a fun room, isn't it? I love streaming with Doug. We do laugh a lot. We do, we cover serious topics. And I don't know, is it an Australian thing, Doug, that we have to sort of balance the serious with the fun, or is it just a human thing? It could be a human thing, but we definitely.
No, it's hard.
Oh,
It's,
there you go, Doug. Bring it, Nick.
oh,
Wow. Like
knocking
I'm
lights
just
over.
going to add this
my
up.
goodness.
I think you guys have paid for half of Doug's airfare. No, it's not quite there, but it's a goodly chunk. It's a goodly
Well,
chunk.
there's
Wow.
there's
I'm just going to take my own advice and hydrate, everybody. It's time to hydrate.
Well, you're hydrating, so I will not hydrate at the same time.
Good point.
What there was some stuff that
Nick
I started. And
Danielle
I've,
get Doug to the stream and get Doug to the US in one chat. Yeah.
it's a bit like all the things. It's all the things.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's all the work. It's all a work in progress, and it all helps.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic.
It sort of makes it.
blown
It
away.
just sort of makes it appear a little bit quicker.
Yeah. Gosh.
I highlighted some stuff earlier, which I'm trying to get back to, but I can't remember.
We'll
How
run
does
through it,
viewing
yeah.
hours work? I think that's to do with watch time. How does viewing hours work? That's addressed to you.
Okay, so I think I think that came up when we were talking about how my channel that I'm streaming to right now is not monetized in the YouTube Partner Program because I still don't have the watch time hours over there. And so that the viewing hours is the watch time, and that is where people go in and actually sit and watch the content, and each minute is counted. So if you watch someone's content at double speed, they'll get half the time. So if you watch a 10-minute video, then and you watch it at double time, then the real watch time is 5 minutes, and so YouTube will count that 5 minutes. So if you are wanting to support a creator and you're enjoying the content, watching it at normal speed if possible is helpful, but watching it at all is just fantastic. So but that's basically what it comes down to, is actually just sitting down and watching the content.
Live stream consultants.
Yep, you go.
I highlighted this one before. It was starred, so that's why I wanted to get back to it. Asking both of you should do a video together showing us how to give that control to your guest without them coming in as a guest. Now, the reason why we could do that is because we're on Chantelle's account, and Chantelle put me in as a seat in her account, and so we're basically got access to the back end of the same StreamYard account. So I'm like,
and it's a trust thing. You don't want all your guests to have access to that, because they can add whatever channels, they can remove whatever channels, they can stream to your channel if you're not careful. Like I could just go over and stream to Doug's Twitch now if I wanted. I'm not going to.
Yeah. I loaded in my Twitch and my Twitter and a few others.
Yeah.
And so technically we could be streaming to a whole bunch of.
Yeah.
So that's why we can both. But there is, I think there is an option in letting somebody in. I think there's a couple of different permission levels, if I recall. I'm not that savvy on it because I haven't done it.
I think at this stage there's
where it's like owner and host.
Co-host. Yeah, there's co-host as an option. Not owner, admin.
That would be the way to do it.
Admin and co-host. So you could bring
because the
someone
co-host
can
co-host. The co-host can still control everything. That's what they made the co-host, so they can control things rather than coming in as a guest like everybody else.
Yeah.
So that's one way of doing that. Okay.
Whoop. Nick's hit you again. Wow, that's so good.
I can't keep up with the red.
Yeah.
The top of the chat is just full of red, and I'm like, they're going to be there for the rest. Oh.
I don't think I've ever seen so many red super chats in anyone's live stream.
No, and not unless their release was there and dropping a 500 or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I think is the uppermost.
See you in Texas. Yeah, absolutely. Doug will definitely be there. That is so awesome.
I'm there. I got I got the thanks to Daryl, I got the Vid Summit ticket. That's for sure.
You've got the ticket. Now,
Now they're coming
Amazing
in.
Yacht Destinations has
5 more gifted memberships. Come on.
Yeah. And that's
That
gone to
helped.
Lost in Translation podcast, Growing to Live, Art Manda, Chronos,
yes.
Neurodivergent one. So
Nice.
that is awesome. So those of you
So
that are just joining Doug's membership, don't forget he does have a Discord that he never talks about.
I do.
Yeah. Do you have a link to your Discord handy? I don't know if I've got a link to your Discord.
Yeah.
I don't have one handy. So yeah, you'll have to.
I'm thinking of changing up the way I connect my Discord to YouTube. So we'll see. You may not need a link. If I do it the other way, you may not need a link. I just have to see whether I need any paid parts of Discord to do it, or whether it's because you might need Nitro. But you can actually have it so that if people link to have their YouTube linked, it'll automatically show up in their connections folder, and they can just go and follow your Discord automatically without having a link.
Oh, let me just write this down because I have channel numbers and
something I didn't know about until I started watching one of these channels that we were talking about earlier, like Callie Plains. But one of the channels that I'm a channel member of is OPN, Only Plains Network, based here in Brisbane.
Yep.
And they run their Discord that way. They don't put links in their chats or anything. They just say all you need to do is connect your Discord account to your YouTube channel. And if it is, and you're subscribed or whatever it is, whatever the level is on the YouTube channel, you'll automatically see the Discord, and then you can join it, and then it's like totally linked up to their subscription or membership or whatever it is on YouTube. So I need to investigate the ins and outs of how that all works. Yeah, but I think it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Chantelle, why don't you have super chats on your channel?
Because the channel's not in the YouTube partner program.
She says 500 subscribers, there's 3,000 hours of watch time.
3,000 watch hours and 500 subscribers on this channel needed before I can have that. In the meantime, you could just take a little photo of my Buy Me a Coffee, and you could do it over there instead if you really want to send a little super chat. So like a different kind. We don't get to bring it on screen, but I still get really excited and like show like, oh look. So yeah, it's different. It's different.
Hey, I just want to shout
options. Yes.
I want to shout out Callie Plains because they're the channel that we were talking about earlier with
they've jumped into
Greg
the chat.
and Bella. That's
fantastic.
So yeah, hopefully it helps. Like I've seen stuff that you've done before. Like I watch like a lot of people in that community, the aviation plane watching community. So yeah, let's do all we can to get Callie Plains remonetized, not demonetized. I was about to say demonetized, but remonetized, because what they do is it's a valuable part of the community, that aviation community, and people who are plane watchers, people who like to see them coming in and taking off, and flight operations and different things. Like I watch these guys. I've watched Callie Plains before. I'm always watching Airline Videos Live and Sid Squad and Runway DFW, and there's a whole bunch of them. There's a whole community of streams. A lot of people who are watching members and subscribers to all these different live stream channels. So make sure if you want to give Callie Plains support, this is just for everybody else watching in the stream. Like hopefully we can get them remonetized. We're going to reach out to Team YouTube again, and to YouTube creator liaison. That's Renee Ritchie, of course. Because I think that's definitely an error. That's just the information. What they said about your channel is not
incorrect.
It's definitely not it's live, 100% live content. It's not reused. It's so that somebody has made a mistake.
There's been a mistake is what's happened. Yeah.
Definitely, 100%. So if I get tagged on tweets and that, I'll be like, I'm going to try and weigh in my support. Like I've still got the tab for the channel tagged in my browser, so that I can shoot off some tweets or extras or posts, whatever you call them, after the stream. So because that's we want to get that channel back online. Like we don't want to lose any of those channels. Like there's a lot of them, but they all
it's a truly
serve a
entertaining
purpose.
and good channel, and they shouldn't have been
Yeah.
hit. Yeah,
and they foster community. Like those channels foster more community than, like they're up there, like with like gamers on Twitch and stuff like that, where they have massive communities, massive amounts of memberships, people supporting, people just appreciating the what happens on each and every live stream. It's yeah, we're gonna do whatever we can to get Kelly Plains remonetized.
Yeah, definitely.
100%. So I'm glad you popped by the chat. I'm glad that Greg and Bella were able to jump in and give us a heads up as what was going on, because I'm like, hey, I know this channel. Yeah, that's not right. So
yeah. I just want to point out that Nick's still trying to beat Tube Spanner.
I saw it sitting there.
He's gifted 20 Doug Houston YouTube. I can't take Houston, apparently. Doug Houston YouTube memberships. They have gone to Paul Dixon, New England Cajun Roots Reseller, Ace Rocks Tex, Jerry Robertson, Chris Radke, Genzi, Stavit, Nightwatch MGA, Blair Alera, Peach X Taehyung. I don't know. I've killed that. I'm so sorry. Average Asian Joe Entertainment, Stephen Kolosjak, Chappie, Moscow, EH Craig, Oregon Tree Gaming. So huge number of new channel members. Oh, no, wait, there's more. I missed some. Hang on a second. I had to keep scrolling. Far out.
Now I know what it's like.
Marty Falca, Raphael, Hood Yoda, and Jojo Fo Show. I can't believe I just read that out loud. But yes.
Welcome to all the new channel members.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. So you get a month of access to like the members first videos that go up when I put up a video that isn't time sensitive.
Hey Doug, you should put a video up.
I need to put a video up. I've got one in the edit now. It's to do with something that I can't remember right now off the top of my head. There's one in the works right now. I'm trying to get back into the flow
because I also need to put videos up. But anyway,
yes,
it's like I'm like just being a cow. It's all good. And don't forget to join the Discord. You will need to go in and go and add into that, and you can get some great help over in the Discord. There's another the community over there is fantastic as well. Super amazing, helpful creators. So yeah, it's fantastic. Nick's like, I hope you've got good stuff in your membership. Nick's like, here's a whole pile of people for you to disappoint.
Oh. Members first videos, so when they go up, members get them ahead of everybody else, and then they go live to everybody at a specific time. We try and do a members live stream every so often. We try and hit once a month. Doesn't always make it for once a month, but we try. There's other stuff in there that I completely forgot. There's shout outs as well.
Yeah.
At the end of the videos, we show the list of channel members.
Yeah, you've got your.
If you're a channel member when I make the video, then you go on that list as a shout out. And then, there's probably a couple other perks that I've forgotten off the top of my head.
But if you click the join button, or if you click the perks button now that you're a member, you will see the list of promises there. I love that. You get a membership and you get a membership. That is so awesome. That is so awesome.
There we go. So yeah, thank Nick.
Yeah. I think Cat's Mouth is one of the mods from Callie, so I think they're thanking you for helping Callie.
Oh, that too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So we're in there. We're just whatever we can do to support at this point. On that. The thing with when you get a gifted channel membership, whether it's 1 or 5 or 20 or 50 or whatever it goes up to.
Yeah.
Every person that receives that, if they're not in the live stream, they get an email to say that somebody's just gifted them a membership, and that makes them want to jump straight into the stream while it's live, or if they're busy doing something else, so might come and check out the replay or whatever. So it's a pretty cool thing that that added sort of extra promotion. That's not really promotion, but still just letting them know that they become a channel member or somebody's gifted them that channel membership. It's just really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. It's as I love how the channel memberships for YouTube is growing and growing. And it started, what was it? How many years ago did it start now? It's like
channel memberships?
4 years ago? Yeah, maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Quite a few years. I think it was before the pandemic, a little bit before then. And then there's a basic level. Then the gifted stuff kicked in.
Yeah.
A little bit after that, and it's it's increased, get better.
Yeah, I just think that they sort of look at what's being used and what's being useful, and then sort of grow and build it. And like we know they get ideas from other platforms to help as well. I think that there would be some great moderation things that they could steal from other platforms that I'd be really happy about. But I really do like how they are slowly growing out the memberships and making it easier. I love that they make it so easy now for you to schedule into the members and then for it to go live. That I think that's been a really great recent addition to members, because I realized that a lot of memberships offer early access to content. And so being able to have it so that it's automatic and it's not an extra job for the creator, I think that's really good.
The latest on memberships is actually they're with the content that you put out to members and then goes live to everybody. Yeah. They're changing up how they do it. They're going to put a members first badge on it, so people will see that the content's there, but they won't be able to watch it until it goes live.
FOMO.
And then they become a channel member. So that's I did a short on that the other day, and it didn't, those sorts of shorts don't always, they're not always the entertaining shorts, but sometimes a little bit of tidbit of information that it's pretty cool when you think about it. It's just one little tweak that they've made that's going to give people a little bit of FOMO. Do I click on it, watch it now? How long is it going to be until it becomes available to everybody for free? But I know it's there. And then, the thumbnail and title and everything's giving me a little bit of FOMO. Do I click now? Or do I wait till it comes out? Like, how long is it going to be? I don't know if it tells you. I don't think there's a clock on it or anything.
Yeah,
I don't think it tells you when it's going to release.
Maybe
it does.
Good as well, because like if someone saw it and there was only like an hour left, they might I'll just wait that hour. Because there's no clock, they just know they're missing out on something. So
that's right.
The FOMO is
plan
real.
The FOMO. Plan the FOMO.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the best time to start an affiliate program?
The second you qualify to be able to start one. Because
that's right. Yeah, as soon as they let you in, like the affiliate program for Amazon, I think you can just, if you sign up and then fill it out, they'll give you you'll be like a trial basis where you get to do it, but you need to get like a certain number of qualifying purchases in, I think it's 90 or 180 days or something like that. Yeah, some period of time where you need to get like whatever the number is. I don't know if they tell you.
I don't know if they tell you. But I think it's something like let you know if you qualify or not.
I think it's like 3. I think it's like 3, so it's not hard. But sometimes if you're not promoting it, then you might not be getting active clicks. But if once you get in, you have the ability to connect it. Then that's probably a good idea to actually start doing it and making sure that you are dropping those links in your descriptions where appropriate.
And making sure that you follow the Amazon affiliate rules. Amazon have a very specific affiliate. They have a particular line of wording that you must use, and it must appear before the links. If you have to follow those rules, because no matter how much money you bring them, if they work out you're not following all of their affiliate rules, they will dump you. And so you really have to make sure that you're keeping it exceptionally clear and following their rules to the T. But while look.
Yes, it's coffee time. Coffee.
There it is.
Coffee. Cappuccino. Java. Yes.
Larry from Home Rapid Repair has sent me 5 coffees. So thank you, Larry. I really appreciate you going to the effort to finding my link for Buy Me a Coffee and for sending me those coffees. You know how much I love a good coffee. So thank you very much for doing that. I very much appreciate it.
Yes.
So, and
Love it.
Eileen Smith says here, sorry, the FTC rules. You have to follow the FTC rules. Like, it doesn't matter if you're in the US or not. YouTube is a US-based platform. Instagram is a US-based platform. You have to follow the rules of the land that you're building your business on. Sorry. You had another one that you wanted to bring up, and that was relevant.
No, that's perfect. They were just up. They weren't to be talked about. They were like answering questions and stuff.
Sorry.
I just wanted to highlight them on the way through.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
I'm doing that thing again.
Comments again, Doug.
Okay. I'm out. I'm not touching the comments anymore. That's Chantelle's job.
That's my job.
Stop it.
Make me feel like I don't have a task. You know how I feel when my tasks are taken away from me. Okay.
My hands are behind the chair. Okay. Ask me a question.
Ask you a question. Who was it? Someone came back from coffee. I saw it like they came back from coffee. They went away. They went and got lunch, and they came back to find the aftermath of Tube Spanner and Nick's battle.
The sea of red.
Yeah, it is a sea of red. It was the battle of the super chats. I don't know who won. Nick won.
Yeah, I'll have to do the math later. I think they hit their limits.
They hit their limits, but Nick slid it in under with 20 gifted channel memberships. So I believe that Nick has won the battle of the super chats. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, hands off the comments, Doug.
I'll stick with my job.
Nick won because he gave the channel memberships. Yeah, absolutely. There we go. Yeah, so the Creator Classroom, she's setting up a live for afterwards.
That's good to know.
Yeah, so she'll be getting one in. So keep an eye on that as well. So, Tube Spanner. No, what it is? She didn't run out of cash. They hit limits. So YouTube have limits on how many super like a $1 limit of super chats.
It's a daily limit on
hours.
That's it.
So, and is that because at one stage there was an option? I don't know if you can still do it. And I know it's an issue on Twitch where people can charge back so they can demand their money back, like they made a mistake. And I don't know if you can do that quite so easily on. Yeah,
no, like Google don't let you do that like easily. I think it's like, it's super chats are final. They'll obviously, if you have some sort of dispute, then they'll probably have a chat to you. But up front, they tell you when you give that they're final and everything else.
Yeah,
I think same with I think it's the same with the memberships. In that, as soon as they're able, like if it's a gifted, as soon as they're able to give some out, then they're final.
Yeah.
I think the only time that they refund gifted memberships is if you drop it and there's nobody to give memberships to. You know what I mean? Or whether there's nobody left to give them to, or the person doesn't have enough subscribers or whatever or regular viewers, I should say, to receive the gifted memberships.
Yeah. It's and I think it's good that YouTube don't make it easy for chargeback. I do see that is an issue over on Twitch, where a Twitch streamer will be gifted something really amazing, and then they have to do the chargeback, and sometimes they end up out of pocket due to fees from PayPal and things like that. So it's actually can be quite it can nearly be, it's weaponized is what happens. So and that's really disappointing that people do that. Whereas I do like that. I mean, while it would be funny to see what could happen, I also think it's a good limit. I think it's a fair limit. So yeah. iCast believes, Doug, that you should have given them your PayPal link to keep going and see who wins.
Well, there's one thing that's actually better than PayPal.
Oh, buy me a
Like
coffee.
I think
Hello.
these guys, I think they do a pretty good job.
Look, I've been really appreciating Buy Me a Coffee. Like as a channel,
Yeah,
like on this channel, I'm not in
yeah,
the YouTube partner program. I'm not in the fan
yeah,
funding level. I'm not in anything. Like I'm not in the YPP of any level on this channel. And that one, there we go, up there. Um, and Buy Me a Coffee, I found to be not just super easy to use and to set up. I love the Stripe integration,
yeah,
which means that I've been able to. So on my live streams that are Monday for me, the money that comes through from the amazing, generous community over there, who give me coffees because I'm a coffee tragic and they know it. Um, they that money is actually in my bank account by the following Wednesday, so 48 hours
yeah,
later, and I physically
yeah,
have the money, and the cut that they take is very small. And so the difference between the actual super chat, not super chats, the coffees, buy me a coffee, take a little cut, Stripe, take a
yeah,
little cut, but even then it's still
yeah,
considerably more than like I get considerably larger cut of the pie.
yeah,
So it's been wonderful to have the options. And so I have
yeah,
created membership tiers over there, including community sponsorship tiers. Excuse me. And I'm really happy to just be able to do that. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, that'd
Howie
be great.
AI has asked the question. So for us newbies, would you suggest buy me a coffee rather than PayPal button?
I would. There's a couple of ways I'd do this. Buy me a coffee would be like near the top for me, because you
Mm-hmm.
can just do it like the casual
You
buying
can
someone
treat
a
it like a
coffee.
super
So
chat.
that's an amount.
Yep.
Treat it like a super chat. They
Yeah.
also have like a whole membership thing that you've
Yeah, I've
facilitated for
just
your
recently
channel.
set up. Yeah.
Yeah. The other options, instead of it like like I would, like you could just go, here's a PayPal me link and just go through the PayPal interface,
Yeah.
or you could link up your PayPal, if you have a PayPal, to something like Streamlabs or Stream Elements. They have tipping pages that you can set up, and so
Yeah.
you can send them to like a proper landing page that they can land on and fill it out, and actually you might get like a ability to take a message like a super
Yeah.
chat does, and have that come through to your stream as well.
Yeah.
So
So
there's those options as well.
if you're not streaming with StreamYard, so if you're using OBS or Ecamm or something like that, you can
Yeah,
set it up so you get a stream alert that pops up on screen. So
yeah,
I think that's wonderful. And so on my Monday streams, I stream through Ecamm, so that shows up as well. So yeah.
yeah. Because Buy Me Coffee have that as well, don't they?
And
Which
there's
I
other
had on my
options.
stream
There's
last
also
week.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
also Ko-Fi, which is another option that
yeah,
Amazing Yacht Destination has reminded us about. You really just need to have a
yeah,
little look. But I think the secret to the sauce is making sure that it's if you want to use the PayPal button, you need to have the device open so you can cheer and celebrate those donations that come through. I think
yeah,
making sure that the person who has sent the money is in no doubt aware of your gratitude for that gift that they've sent you, hopefully in a timely manner. I know I'm not always the best for it because I've got to wait for it to come up on a device, but
yeah,
in a timely manner so that they know that it's coming, that you do appreciate it. And I think making it interactive, making it fun is just as important as to how they go about paying it.
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely.
Miss Bella Games also recommends Buy Me a Coffee. It's really easy to set up and to use. I agree. I think it's been
Yeah,
great. I did miss this one. You've got a
yeah.
member chat.
That's recent. I can see it. I can see it on my screen still. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a members chat. Big spenders hitting super chat limits.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
That's so amazing. I like that. That's a goodly.
spender.
That's like, I'm just looking at that, and that's a goodly chunk of an airfare right there.
Yeah.
Like the airfare from Australia to Texas is a lot. And that's a nice way to it. Even when YouTube,
I can tell you, can tell you how much it was last year. Luckily I didn't have to pay it last year.
oh, phew.
because I managed to wrangle it as a work trip as well as a vid summit, because it happened to coincide
like the
with
9 to 5 job as well. Yep.
Yeah, so they paid the airfare and the extra days after vid summit that I was staying for the hotel. So it was like 4 nights, and so I had to pay for the front end, the first 4 nights or whatever when I was at vid summit.
Yeah.
And so that's all I had to pay, plus my own expenses, food and
Yeah.
whatnot. So this time around, it's, as far as I'm aware, I don't think I'm doing any work stuff this time. It's like I'm just going to enjoy vid summit 100%. Maybe stay an extra day after vid summit, something like that. Come back.
Yeah.
But flights are getting cheaper slowly, so which is good.
They are. I have been watching. They are coming down. But did you want to share how much the flight was last year? Are you willing to share that? You don't have to.
In Australian dollars, it was probably after we had to make a slight change to itinerary, so that cost money. So I think after all that was about 3,500 Australian, which is quite high to get to Dallas. That's Dallas. Like a little bit cheaper to get to LA because it's just straight to LA. Yeah. But Dallas is halfway across the country. So it's additional. Even though the way I worked it is I went to Sydney, flew direct from Sydney to Dallas. It was a direct flight, which is a good way of doing it, I think. I've done it other ways before. Most of the times I've been to the States before, and if I have to go on to somewhere like Dallas, it'd be go to LA and then an onward flight with America, somebody, whoever code shares with whoever we're flying with at the time. So it's that is crazy, because that's I think at the time it was like about 2,500 US, something like that. But that's still a lot of money. It's still high compared to pre-COVID prices and stuff. So yes, last year worked out. If it wasn't for that, I probably wasn't going to go last year. But it's
you're
it's
able
not,
to the universe aligned to make it happen.
It did. It did. So it's all good. So I don't know where we're going with that. Was there another question?
No,
how are we going?
Talking about how close, how helpful these crazy red super chats are.
I'm like, was I answering a question? How did I get onto that?
We're talking about gratitude for your super chats and for your income, making sure you. And this is one way to show that is that this insane battle that they had really has put a dent in your airfares. So, yeah. We've got a question in the chat here from Lindy. What is advisable for going live as a newbie? Specific the requirements for going live.
Oh, this is your wheelhouse.
This is my wheelhouse. So for a newbie, you have to think about where your audience is. And so is it Facebook? Is it YouTube? Is it Twitch? Is it wherever? And you need to focus and make sure that that's where you want to build your audience. And then look at the options available for that particular service. What I would say right now is StreamYard is really, really great because you don't need a heavy-duty laptop to run it, and you get some of the benefits and bonuses of the cute moving backgrounds and being able to add in some overlays and things like that. There's currently a free plan. It does have a little duck watermark, which in the scheme of watermarks is actually really cute. And so you can actually try it and test it out for free. I do have a link for StreamYard in my description, but I think you might be in Doug's chat, so you miss out. I'm just saying. But no,
I do have an affiliate link for. There's an affiliate link near, just below the main description. There's an affiliate link for StreamYard.
Doug's like, no, I've got one. Look at that. I added the link.
Whichever.
That's Doug's referral code for Doug's chat as well. Good. I'm not a total cow to Doug's viewers. Just
hey, you're the one sharing the knowledge. I'm just sitting here right now.
So I dropped Doug's
doesn't matter.
code there. So click on that and you'll actually get access to StreamYard and you can have a good play and a good dig around. It is fantastically lightweight. You can run it on a Chromebook. You can use mobile devices if you want to. I personally prefer a screen. I'm old and blind and need big screens. So I'm not a big fan of using mobile devices, especially for the first time around. You want to be able to see what you're doing. And the other advantage with StreamYard is you can click record. So you can do a test run. You don't have to go live straight away. You can just record it rather than stream it. So you can make sure you're happy with the audio, make sure you're happy with your video before you go live publicly. But that's one of the super advantages of StreamYard. Oh, I didn't know that. Apparently my socials aren't clickable in my description. I'll fix that later. But one of the big advantages of StreamYard is how easy it is to set up and that it is usable on so many devices. So I would definitely go and have a look at that. Now, if you are talking about the requirements to be able to stream on a platform, StreamYard works around that as well. So if you want to go live on YouTube, there are, and you want to say you want to use a mobile device, you do need your 50 subscribers to do that and a verified channel. So over on my Chantelle Hills, youtube.com/@Chantelle Hills, my channel, there is a video on how to verify your channel. So you need to verify your channel and you need to you need to set up a stream for at least 48 hours later, because YouTube take a minimum of 24 hours to allow your first stream. So you can't just decide to go live and jump in. You need to give that some lead time. But StreamYard make it so that you can stream on mobile, desktop, wherever, with 0 subscribers. So you don't have those subscriber limits by bringing in and using a third-party encoder like StreamYard. So I hope I haven't overwhelmed you too much with that, but I highly recommend StreamYard, especially for beginner streamers, just because it does make life so much easier. And then as you get more comfortable, you can try some of the heavier hitting softwares like OBS or Ecamm or vMix or those other options that give you more flexibility. It will also depend on what kind of streams you're doing. Doug, do you have an opinion on how well StreamYard works for gaming channels?
For gaming channels, I think the challenge is probably some audio routing, like because you want to get game audio often, and then you got your mic, and you might have some extra sound effects. So that could be it could be you need to have like something like what we've got, like a Rodecaster Pro, to sort of help mix your content, or some sort of like external mixer or software mixer. So you'll need that additional thing. I think the game capture, like StreamYard won't do that natively, so you've got to figure out how you're going to get the gameplay into StreamYard.
Yeah.
So you need to somehow either like be doing like your game on one computer and then send it via HDMI to a capture card on your streaming computer that's going to stream.
Yeah. It definitely makes things a bit trickier. Yeah.
Yeah. But there are ways
More
to do
hoops.
it, but you just need to be ready to deal with it. It's not like all as integrated as, say, something like OBS, but OBS has a bigger learning curve. So it's like a bit of trade-off.
Yeah. And I love this advice here from Creator Classroom. If you are thinking about streaming, just go ahead and request access to streaming now. So you need to make sure your channel is verified. You need to make sure that you've got access to, you just need the middle level of features. You don't need advanced features for live stream, do you?
I think you can, I think intermediate's all you need. You just need to be verified channel.
I think it's, just a verified channel.
I think so.
And you're intermediate.
I think you get like access to extra features with advanced features, like maybe longer streams or something. They might, I'm not sure if they limit the time frame on the streams.
I'd have to definitely look it up. Yeah. But,
there is a I will look it up.
There's a couple of things that you just need to make sure you have. So go in, settle that up straight away while you go back and decide which software am I going to use. And that way, that time that you're learning the software, YouTube's already ticking over. And then when you decide you want to go live, you can just click it and set it up and stream it. So we've got, I'm loving like how where is it? He's back over in the Chantelle Hills chat. It's great to see you over here. Thank you so much for doing that. And let me just check. I know why.
What's happening?
Oh, I thought while I'm here, I'm just going to have a quick look at why my socials weren't clickable. And it's just because I didn't do the HTTPS. Yeah, I'm fixing it now. Because I was like, surely they've got to be clickable. The answer is no. You've got to do it just right.
I took a screenshot to send you later.
Oh, did you?
But now that you've seen it, that's good.
I fixed it. They should. They
fixed it. It's all done.
Michael Sahovsky's really hoping that his phone battery doesn't die during mid-scream. Me too, Michael. Me too.
Okay, live streams. Here we go. Okay. Intermediate's all you need to live stream from a computer.
Yep.
And the advanced gives you the ability to embed live streams. That's the extra feature you get.
That's the extra feature. Yeah.
Yeah. I just set off my Alexa.
So, yeah. Create a
classroom. You get a higher daily limit too.
Oh, good. And then to live stream, you need to have no live streaming restrictions in the last 90 days, and you need to verify your channel. So, yeah, which I go through that in the video on my channel.
Yep.
So, I'm like, do we have any more questions? Is any YouTube questions? Any live streaming questions? I don't know.
You're in charge of the chat.
I know. I'm looking in the chat. Here we go. I am from How We AI. I'm going to put together a digital magazine with an embedded video on each page. Will the watch time count if folks view it in the magazine?
Okay, if that magazine is online, like it's a web page, sort of like a web-based magazine, so where you could do it like a traditional YouTube embed, then those views will count towards watch time, yes. If you're embedding, because you can embed and get watch time. Obviously, the traffic source on that will be external, but that's not a big deal because external's great. You're bringing people into YouTube in some form. Obviously, YouTube would really like you a lot if you can get them right on the platform. But to watch that content there, it will count towards watch time if it's like a traditional YouTube embed in that web page. Now, if you're doing it something fancy, like it's something that you export and it's like a link that picks it up, I don't know whether that will count unless it's done as a traditional embed.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's definitely worth testing and checking as well, seeing what works better for you.
Yeah. Like if it has to source the video from YouTube service directly, because it's like an embed link, then it probably will count, I would say. I know regular web embeds count. So, yeah.
Michael Sahovsky has a question. If you leave a live stream and then return, do the watch minutes start over?
No.
It's just the number of minutes that you've watched. So if you watched for 10 minutes and then go away and then come back and watch for another 10 minutes, it'll be a total of 20 minutes. It doesn't restart it or anything like that. It just accrues the actual time the video was being played. So, yeah. But I just want to be clear, like, I know we're jokingly talking about making sure you watch the videos on my channel. You really need to make sure that you're only watching videos you're actually truly interested in. And I really want to make that clear. So if you're not into live streaming, then my channel's probably not the channel for you, really. Because we talk a lot about live streaming, like live streaming in YouTube. So, and I just want to make sure that, I'm not encouraging any subversive behavior. So, yeah. How We AI says, so that so that should also work for an e-learning course with YouTube videos embedded.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's talking about the embedded videos into the e-magazine.
Yeah.
So they're wondering if
Yeah.
the e-learning
E-learning
course with
course.
YouTube videos.
Yeah, if it's web based and it's online, it should and you're embedding it like I use like some of my web stuff. I use like WordPress, so
Yeah.
those YouTube embeds count. Somebody watches the videos I put on my web page, my videos, and I embed them. People watch them there. They don't go to YouTube to watch them, but it's basically a YouTube player embedded in that web page. So it doesn't matter whether that's a blog post or an e-learning course or whatever it is that I've set up. If it's hosted on YouTube and it plays back through that embed process, then you should be good.
One thing I'll say is if you are setting up a course, if you are getting people to come in and especially if it's a paid course or the potential of being a paid course, there is a downside to using YouTube for that content, which is at the end of the video, they'll get the box that could make them click away and go off and do something else rather than come back and watch the next part of your course. Generally speaking, I found the people that have the most success with their courses are hosting their videos elsewhere, whether it's Vimeo, Kajabi, other options and they're usually paid options, they're not free. And which means that you have total control over exactly what your students will see at the end of it. The downside is you've got to pay for it. It's not free to do that. But if you are charging for a course, making it so they can't leave and can't be distracted is actually something you do need to keep in mind. Creator Classroom has hit the nail right on the head here. Over on my channel, Chantelle wants her audience to be authentic and that they genuinely want to be there. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And that's what we all want
Absolutely.
for our channels. We all want that for our channels. We want people who actually want our content and who want to be here and to be part of our communities. So, Did that help, Howie AI? Did we just confuse the issue or was that okay? Oh, great advice. There we go. All right. That's good.
Nice.
Well, Doug, we're heading up to the 2 a.m.
It's 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. I don't know what time is it in the US of A?
It'd be
it's like midday East Coast?
Midday Eastern, yeah.
Midday Eastern. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going 3 hours and 17 minutes, and that was with our delayed start.
That was with our delayed start.
Our 12-minute delayed start.
With our tech issues that...
Yes.
Yes.
Now, there's a live stream coming up.
Is there?
In addition to yours tomorrow.
No, I know which one you're talking about. Yes.
The Creator Classroom is going live in like 15 minutes from now.
Yeah. And if she's handy, she could throw some links into the chats.
Yeah. And in addition, if you happen to be in my chat, you'll automatically roll over into the Creator Classroom's chat. I have done a redirect. I had no one to redirect to, but now I do.
So now you've got one. Now, Creator Classroom, I know I just didn't ask, but I have modded you so you can add the link into my chat as well. So if you jump over into my chat, you can add your link there too. And if you don't want to stay a mod, let me know and I'll remove your wrench. But yes. So let's have a look here. It's 10 a.m. 10 a.m. in New Mexico. It's noon for Eastern. So yeah. There we go.
Yeah,
she's
10 a.m.
Ranch.
10 a.m. 10 a.m. Is New Mexico Mountain Time or Pacific Time? I can't remember. It's over that way.
Be 2 hours back. I think that's Mountain Time.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't remember because I know there's like four zones across.
Yeah. Well then, Doug. On that note of us sending all of our friends over to Creator Classroom to check out the new features over there, I think it is time to call it.
I think so. I think we've had a great stream.
I have.
You know, yes, we've had fun. We've talked some serious stuff as well.
We have.
So if you've missed some of the earlier stuff, we talked about the new monetization update for restricted
Timestamps.
sort of
Yep.
non ad friendly content where you might get restricted from
your limited
having
ads.
advertising on a particular video. We talked about respecting creators and people who work for platforms. We talked about the super chat comment experiment that's on some channels.
Yep.
So if you see that, participate in that. And the other one, there was something else we talked about. They were the main.
We did talk about our friends who are losing their jobs in the creator economy.
So big shout out to our friends like Vipe and Stanley and Tish. Yeah. So if any of you three happen to see the replay, just know that we're thinking of you and we're supporting you. And whatever, if you need something from us, reach out. But we're across this side of the world. But if you need anything, just holler.
Yeah, definitely. Well, do you want to press the big red button, Doug?
Yes, we're both pressing buttons today.
I
like I usually have a sign off, and it's catch you later.
Yep. See you next time.
Bye,
everyone.